sports fans, welcome to North Sports Dynasty. I am 1/5, technically, of your host, Andrew Faubert, and we are live here from the North Sports Dynasty headquarters, which is just my basement. And we got a casting couch, and we are back here on a Friday. We are back here live early on a Friday to give you mock draft season, ladies and gentlemen. It's right. It's that fucking time again, what North Sports Dynasty was finally built on, and now we bring upon the knowledge that we have here about what kind of fucking players are going to go to what kind of fucking team. So, before we even get started, ladies and gentlemen, let's go around the horn. We got Alex. Alex Lismore, Detroit Lion fan, as you can see, and Michigan State. We got...
No.
Nope. We got Sid, the Steelers fan. Squidward Carps down there on the right. We got below me.
Oh, whoa.
Mr. Chris Warchuk, the Cardinals fan, with the fucking NSD colors up there. And of course, I'm Andrew Faubert, live Friday. So you know what you got to do in order to get in, not only knowing when we go live, all the sports stuff that we drop on the pages in the groups, but all of the, like everything, Square Rip cards, everything that we talk about. You know it when you like the show, you like the group, you follow the group, you follow the page, you know what to do. And with all that, the big thank you that we give you is a chance to win all of these fucking goodies for you at the end of the season giveaway, which is probably, I think, if I had it correctly, it's in like 3 or 4 weeks. It's coming up here soon. Mm-hmm. A lot sooner than I thought. Because, yeah, yes, the pack is here. Hold on. Let me show it. Let's do it over the casting couch and not show the lack of pants that I'm wearing. And we got the fat pack. There it is. See, Chris? They're here. They're right here. I found them. I found them. They're right here. Anyways, we got the fat pack. We got the mini helmet. We got the little mug. We got the jersey. I don't know where the fuck to put the jersey. We'll find the jersey.
Don't tell me you lost our giveaways.
No. I don't think so.
Guy cleaned his office and lost our shit.
I got a casting couch, and I don't know where the
Did
jersey
you trade the jersey for the couch?
No. I mean, I not the jersey, but
so now the couch is part of the giveaway.
I don't think anybody's. I'm not
Giving away the couch, stains included.
I am not shipping this to
You
fucking
get the couch
Florida.
as is.
Can you imagine if I had to put this on like an Amazon crate and ship this mother effer down?
Hey, you
I
win
still
some,
need to
you lose some.
contact. I still need to contact a Loosemore family member for that jockstrap.
Yeah, we're still in need of that for the giveaway as well. Down into the comment section. Ash said she is first. Welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. Christopher Cole says, good evening, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Alex Schomburg says, hey, chat, turned me the fuck up. Chris coming in with gun show and Sid has sleeves. What is happening? Yeah. I mean, it actually is quite well. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. It was quite warm in Canada for the last week.
Yeah.
And then today happened. But it's all good. I was in layers. I was fine. Everybody else was like, close the fucking door. And I'm just like,
I was chilling.
Yeah, no,
I
you were
was
fine. You were fine. Sean Spencer says, what's going on, gentlemen? Sean Spencer is the one half producer, one half host, one half creator, whatever you want to call it, of Let's Talk Football, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to see some of the other content that is going on, not only with us, because, you know, I do a show, Alex does a show, Sid does a show, but we all do shows for all of you. And they are on basically Monday through Monday. They got a bunch of different content on. So if you want to talk college football, you want to talk updates on the Washington football team, or sorry, the Commanders. They changed their name because you can't call them the other thing anymore. Fantasy football shows, roundtable shows, the ladies takeover, the Baltimore Ravens talk with Nate, even though he calls it the Nate Sports Talk, but it's just him complaining about the guy who got inevitably fired, didn't he, on the Ravens?
Greg Roman, yeah.
There it is. Yeah, he's gone.
Well, he
Matt
quit,
Canada.
but
Matt Canada's gone too, right? So we all
Nope.
No, Matt Canada,
No.
actually, they're bringing him back.
Yeah.
They have nothing but confidence in Matt Canada.
They have nothing but confidence in Canada.
And
Yay!
Sid leaves the street.
Yes. I'm sorry. I mean, I got no offensive coordinator, so there's that.
I'd rather have no offensive coordinator.
I mean, I got no head coach. I don't have anybody.
Let Mike Tomlin run the offense.
I mean, you're off. You're.
I mean, Vance
offensive
Joseph's
coordinator.
technically under contract,
Ooh,
but like,
that's true. That's true. But I mean, is he gonna stay?
oh fuck.
No.
I don't think so.
No, don't say no. He fucking still might be the fucking head coach, which would be the most Cardinals move possible. Interview 17 people and then hire Vance Joseph.
I mean, he's not the worst. I mean, literally, he wouldn't be the worst. I mean,
The only advantage to it would be the fact that he already knows most of the players and already knows like, the inner workings of the team because he's been there for 4 years already. That'd be like literally the only advantages. There wouldn't be a lot of like a hard change. But the Cardinals need a hard change. So
Yeah.
Cliff is winning regardless. I mean, have you seen?
yeah, I said that in the group chat.
Yeah.
Actually, I sent a picture of the pictures of them in wherever the fuck Peru or wherever the fuck they went. And I was like, I'd get fired too.
Now,
Yeah,
did you see he might have fucked up his bio?
I sent that also to the group chat.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who uses that group chat. Just so you know, it's just me.
Most
It's
days that's
literally
true,
me
yeah.
talking to myself all
it's
fucking
sometimes-
day. Sid chimes in, tries to piss me off, and then it's just me talking to myself again. That's
just
most of the day.
You trying to
And
convince
then Friday,
yourself,
it's like, oh, hey, guys, we have a show. I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. I've been talking all week to myself. Love it.
but I mean, hey, you guys listened, right? You guys all wrote up your mock drafts and stuff like that, and we got them all written down and stuff and put in the banners.
Yep.
No?
Yeah, no, exactly. You can thank Alex because he wrote them out for you guys. Except for Kyle was literally the only one who wrote out the mock draft. And even me.
Yeah.
I think you
I-
should have
I
we should have all
wrote mine
just done what I did. That's actually a nice.
Now,
nice
I'm
setup
not
there.
going to lie. I thought about that afterwards, too. I was like, I had
that pro football focus, like
That's exactly what I did.
gives you a nice product.
Yeah.
Yours came as a GIF, though, or a GIF, or GIF, or whatever the hell it's called.
So we should have all done what I did. Because I did.
I don't understand how would it have. It was a
I
screenshot
had-
from my computer.
I literally went to go.
Weird.
And you can ask him. I
Yep.
was sending him a message, and I go, okay, Chris, and then I go, 1 sec, LOL,
Yeah.
because it wasn't working. I'm like, why the fuck isn't this working? It's download the GIF then. can't download the GIF, can't screenshot the GIF. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Weird.
Bring out the GIF. Anyways.
It all got worked out, though.
Because I was literally a screenshot from a computer.
So we got mock drafts. But before we got mock drafts, and I've been away from the computer, and I gotta do a little bit better here. I gotta get some pictures, and I gotta update some stuff. I got all of like your guys' other shows that we're working on stuff like in a folder. I should probably update the fact that we still have a sponsor.
Yep.
Zagnif motherfucking Apparel is our sponsor, and I should probably put the thing up there right there.
Oh, we actually did the other one? Nice.
Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, proudly sponsored by Zagnif Apparel. Ladies and gentlemen, they have some swag. We got some swag coming in the mail. Some snowstorms and shit like that is not here yet. We're getting it, and he is going to be fashioning them out for us when it gets here. But Zagnif Apparel.
Where is Mr. Handy? He's not even in the show. I was going to be like, my sleeves are very not here.
Listen, it is Friday.
It is
Friday.
I'm a little cold. I need my Zagnif jacket.
The jackets are dope. Actually,
Jacket's sick. And the champion jacket's unreal.
Yeah.
The sneakers look awesome
just needs more colors of sneakers. I would like. Whoa.
Now, if you guys want to go
Pink and
check
purple.
or the light blue, navy, whatever you want to call it, and the pink that we got kind of going beside his head there. Also, if you want to go check out exactly what the hell we're talking about, use the code word HOOPS15, get 15% off, and go to that link right there, the etsy.com/shop/Zagnif Apparel Design, the coupons and all that kind of stuff that comes afterward. Go check them out because it's pretty damn cool, some of the shit that he's got on there. The Christmas special was awesome. I am going to be grabbing some stuff here when I inevitably get our bonus. 1 month away, Alex.
Yeah.
1 month away. 1 month away. Yes. Let's just not get fired.
It's a month away?
We get a bonus in 1 month, but don't talk about it. We don't want to get fired.
It's like a Christmas bonus in February?
It's our
well, because we were on our probation still, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Company
I mean, I don't know why I'm judging my Christmas parties on February 3rd.
My year-end bonus is in March. So.
Fair.
Our Christmas party's on the 3rd because for the month of December, for 2 weeks, one owner was in Mexico, and then the other 2 weeks, the other owner was in Mexico. So we couldn't have a Christmas party without the owners because that would.
Why is everyone going to Mexico? Do y'all not see what's happening?
Because they're rich.
But do you not see what's happening in Mexico?
You're safe on those resorts, bro. Just don't fly to that one airport. there's that one airport you don't want to go there. The other ones, my roommate just came back from Mexico to blast. He said the food was kind of shit, but
how to blast.
He had a terrifying horse ride.
I was gonna say when you said have a blast, what do you mean?
He was blacked out on a horse, and I got a Snapchat video from him like, I'm terrified. He's like hammered drunk riding this horse on the beach. It's good. I had a good laugh.
Great horse though if it's keeping him like upright and it's just like, nah, bro, I got you. We're gonna fucking go.
I'm sure that horse like actually fucking takes children around, and he's just a giant child. So.
Hammy Jammy's back. I see here.
Boy.
I'm back.
Oh, lovely.
Alex Muscle's shirt. Where's Alex Muscle's shirt this evening?
Yeah, Alex.
I mean,
take it.
No, definitely not with Hammy in the chat.
I'm counting down
Sid's
this
bonus.
I could hear Kim every time I say my bonus due being like, oh, yep. Because there's a specific store. I was like, listen, there's a bunch of crystals here. I went here for Christmas, and I was like, I don't have enough money for you.
That is not the store I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
I
definitely thought you were going a different direction.
Very
different direction.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of different directions, let's get right into some of these mock drafts here. All right. Mock draft season 1.0. This is something me and Alex started when we actually met each other way back in the day at Aurora. We had already done this by ourselves, and then we decided to compete against each other. He's beaten me 3 years in a row, and it's been by one fucking player every time. And all of a sudden,
when you say beaten by, you mean like how many you got right?
Yeah, so
like right player to the right team.
And we're doing how many mock drafts?
We're doing 3 in total. So
okay, because I was going to say, we're going off the first one. We're all going to be waiting.
No.
The combine hasn't even happened yet.
Now,
everybody's getting the Steelers pick right.
Well, I know you guys are going to hate me.
I did that just because I didn't feel like fighting with Sid tonight. I was like, I don't feel like arguing with Sid, so I'll let him have Joey Porter.
I'm not fucking doing this
I don't
today.
feel like doing this.
Joey
today,
Porter to the Steelers.
I don't have the energy. It's been a long week.
So 2 of my 3 trades of the Lions. No, just kidding. Lions trade with Washington to get Joey Porter Jr.
Okay, can I just say where I put Joey Porter then right off the bat, since I think everybody knows where everybody else put Joey
He
Porter.
put him in Arizona just to piss you off.
No. I did put him on a team though that would piss everybody off though, because it does technically come right before Pittsburgh and right before Detroit.
You put him on Washington?
I put him on Washington because they do need a corner. That would
They need
seem
a
like the
lot.
more appropriate place for them to go.
I put Joey Porter on Pittsburgh.
If Washington doesn't take Joey Porter and he's still there, Pittsburgh's
The
taking
first
Joey Porter.
draft I did, he ended up there completely by accident, and then after that, I was like, well,
Which, hold on. Can we all, Alex, to be fair, this is the same thing we said, 2 years ago about Najee Harris. I'm like, if Najee Harris is there to the Steelers, he's going to the Steelers.
Yeah,
Like,
without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Even if they have to, they trade up 2 spots.
I
Okay,
think
cool.
the only team I think I had that would potentially take him instead of the Steelers was Detroit.
And I also
Washington.
Also, there is a lot of DBs in this draft.
Yes, there is.
A lot
Like,
of very
a
good
lot,
corners in this
dude.
first round.
It's like-
specifically.
And that's
Everybody needs a corner is getting a corner. You get a corner.
Yeah.
You get a corner.
You got
get a
second-round
safety,
picks?
but it's the same thing. You get a corner.
well, and
I
then
have 6 corners.
Yeah.
who's
It's
the
nuts.
one? Who's that one mock draft there that you were mad at, Alex? You're like, I'm not taking Antoine Joseph or Johnson at number 6 or whatever.
No. It was Sid's.
was
Sid's
Sid's.
was my first pick, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, before we get any further, let's go over the first pick that we see here. Sean says, I like that pick. I kind of like it makes sense though, right? Like some of these kids of old, really good football
Shaking his
players
head.
going.
Yeah, Sid, we can
No.
Sid, we can be on the same team for this one.
To
No.
be fair, I could see in a situation like I said to Alex about the Najee Harris thing a couple years ago. If somebody keeps teasing the Steelers organization the whole entire offseason until the draft, that maybe I'll take Najee Harris at like 15 or something like that. It'd be like, okay, cool. Now all of a sudden I have the 14th overall pick, bitch. Like, they might all of a sudden do that. They'd be like, oh, so like Houston wants to take him at 12. Now I have the 11th pick. Oh, someone wants to take him at number 2. Well, fuck it. Now all of a sudden we have the number 1 overall pick from Chicago, and we pick Joey
Ash.
fucking Porter.
Ash is in on this now. Now she wants the Cowboys to get Joey Porter.
I like this. Chris to do a truffle shuffle, but I don't want you guys to get kicked off the platform. This is technically the one place that you would allow this stuff. This is NSD. This is after dark, after all.
After dark.
After
7:30.
Yeah, it gets dark at 4.
Couch. Yeah, it's Canada, dude. Let's go with the first overall pick. And this is, we all traded it.
Yep.
Kyle traded it. I traded it. Alex, Chris said we all traded
Did
it.
we all trade to the same team? No.
Everyone
No.
but Andrew.
Out of 5 of the hosts here, traded it to one team, and I traded it to another. So that gives away the surprise.
I know I had the Bears trading the pick twice.
Ooh,
I almost did
I
that.
like that. Okay, so the first overall pick that they had all chosen
Who did I pick?
is the Indianapolis Colts. So the Indianapolis Colts trade for the first overall pick. Who has a package right off the bat of what would be traded? Alex, go ahead.
I do.
So I didn't go that far.
That's
I just
okay.
was
That's
like,
okay.
This is the trade. They're going to get a monster of load of picks. I didn't go as far as break down what the trade was.
That's totally okay. Go ahead,
So
Alex.
I went and looked at that trade value chart, the
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson one. So with picks 435 in their first next year, being that they're a top 5 pick right now, the value's there. That trade works out to send Chicago 435 and their first next year for pick number 1.
That's hilarious. I gave them their first this year, second this year, first next year, and fourth next year. Literally almost the exact
Okay.
same thing.
Wow.
I just threw in the fourth next year. That's almost
first-
the exact same
The
trade.
first mock
That's-
draft I did because I did this trade on every mock draft that I did. I did actually on the Pro Football Focus do the inserting same thing,
Yeah.
basically going off value. And I think I did a both firsts and a second as well.
Okay.
So that's it's gonna be something like that. I knew it was gonna be like 3 picks probably.
And now, okay, hold
3
on.
to 4.
I'm just making sure all you guys got your mock drafts in front of you as well. Right?
Now,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna start letting some of them kind of fly at the bottom there and stuff like that as we go. So everybody had Indy. Everybody had different people being picked here, though. So, for example, Bryce Young is the first quarterback off the board here for Kyle. He says that Indy trades for Bryce Young. Chris has CJ Stroud being the first one, which I actually think I like that. Sid and Alex have
Really the same one as me, Alex.
Will Levis being the first one overall, which also makes sense. And I also do love, because if Indy got Will Levis and him just looking like the next Andrew fucking Luck, and the fact that he's going to hit the roof in what's the field's name again?
Lucas Oil.
I almost said Hines. Sorry. And it's not even Hines anymore. What the fuck is that field called?
Acrisure.
Okay.
Acra, I'm sure. I don't want
Okay.
Okay. And the Will Levis pick there to the Colts, though, is something that's starting to pick up speed. It just, who is going to be the head coach there? Who's going to be the person that develops him? All that kind of stuff. I have a different team. And I went more of the Los Angeles Rams kind of back in the day. And I have the Carolina Panthers actually trading up to the first overall pick. I got Chicago sending the first, number 103 and a 4th. But they get back in return the number 9 overall pick, number 39, what is soon to be, I believe, the number 64 to 66 pick, the 97th to 99th pick, next year's first, a 3rd, and a 5th from Tennessee. So basically, Chicago gets the 9th overall pick and a stack of other picks.
Well, I'm basically Carolina's entire draft this year because they hardly have any picks.
That was a lot.
Now, Carolina gets Bryce Young right off the bat. And Bryce Young goes to Carolina, and him and DJ Moore have a blast, and I absolutely hate the NFC South from now on. Yeah. That's what I got.
For me, with the reason I went Will Levis is I'm looking into these quarterbacks a bit more. And there's a couple things from, more specifically, like that Manning passing camp from the last couple of years, where they go and ask at the end of the camp who's the best quarterback. And 2 years in a row, it's been Will Levis. So a lot of people are looking at the tape. What they don't realize is he didn't have much help at all at Kentucky. Like, him and the running back sat out the bowl game. That was 66% of their total offense. Two players.
Okay.
So if you're going to watch the tape, you got to watch his mechanics, his footwork, that kind of stuff, not the results on the field.
And that's, I agree. I just think some teams see Bryce Young and CJ Stroud right off the bat being like, I can literally grab them, put them in, and grab talent around them and not have to worry. Whereas some of these GMs are going to do the same thing that they did with Patrick Mahomes, they did with Josh Allen, where they're like kicking the tires a little bit. Like, I don't know, has he played anybody? You know, like, has he had any talent? And that's what some of these guys are going to do.
That's kind of why I went. Well, first of all, I went CJ Stroud because I've read a lot about Indy really liking CJ Stroud.
I fucking love CJ Stroud.
And then the other reason I did is because I truly believe that like the Colts front office thinks that they're a quarterback away, which they're not. But I believe that's what they think they are.
It would put them in the runnings, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I think that they just think they need that guy, and where like Will Levis might take some time. Like, they want a guy that'll come in and now kind of thing. Be an instant impact.
Yes. So number 2 is the Houston Texans. I don't think anybody has traded the Houston Texans pick. Nobody here. Nothing in Kyle's. I got Chris's going up right now. We all, I do believe, have them taking a quarterback.
I mean, you either have them taking a quarterback or you're wrong.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Alex, don't start.
No, because no. Here's my only thing.
What are they signing, Aaron Rodgers?
No, you trade a 2nd-round pick for Derek Carr. That's the only way you don't take a quarterback at 2.
Or if you can convince Jimmy G to come in there, kind of thing, like with DeMeco Ryan and like some of those guys from San Francisco already going there, that would kind of make sense. So, Whereas like now you have Jimmy G and you can trade Davis Mills to a team that's desperate that doesn't have anybody for like a 3rd round pick, and you can get your money back for that. So and if you want to go take Jalen Carter number 1 overall, like that's not a bad pick either, because you need offensive tackle and you need someone on the defense to fix the culture. So I would be okay with that. But I think we all agree here though that it's a quarterback. Like Chris has Bryce Young, Sid has Bryce Young, Alex has CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Kyle had Will Levis going there. And I myself have CJ Stroud.
Yeah, again, I think it's just a toss-up between, for Houston, it's going to be between CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, whoever's there. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think,
agreed.
I think if they're going quarterback, they're not gonna bother trading with Chicago. Like, there's no point.
Nope.
They're just gonna take whichever one's still there, unless, like, for some reason they fall in love with one of these two guys, and they're like,
and they're worried
guy.
that Indianapolis
Yeah,
also
like that
is
would
hooked on
be
the same guy.
the only reason. But even still, like, I think honestly, like the state Houston's in, they're really not that picky. I think they're like, we just need a quarterback that can actually start a football game and complete a football game.
They might
complete a
also
couple
just sit
passes.
and be like, Caleb Williams is sitting there next year. We might just build our defense and be good. But I think they go quarterback this year.
I think you got to.
Sid, you got where was it? You got Bryce Young going there and stuff like that. Any comments on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Just to the trade talks and stuff, I think they let whoever go to 1, and it's almost like the Chargers with Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
They knew the Dolphins were taking a quarterback. They liked Tua and Herbert. They're like, we're not going to move. We'll let you pick the decision, and we'll just take the other guy.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what the Houston does, and I just think Bryce Young's going to be the
let
top guy
fate
off the
decide a
board.
little bit.
Yep.
I
Put the
I
pressure
also
on whoever's
agree.
picking at 1 to screw up. Pick the wrong guy.
I agree, and I also was telling Alex this at work. In a way, I think Houston wants to play up Bryce Young and Will Levis a little bit so they can get, say, CJ Stroud, in my opinion, because they have 2 first-round picks already next year, and there's one, like, everybody wants the Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, the Travis Etienne,
C.G. Stroud, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Thank you very much. Now,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like, if you're the 3rd overall pick, like, say, I'm just gonna say, let's say the Bucks, right? Bucks are sitting there at number 3 next year because we fucking suck. We put in Kyle Trask, and we all knew what it was gonna be, a fucking shit show. And we get the 3rd overall pick. If Houston comes a knocking with 2 first-round picks and a 2nd next year and a couple of 4ths and stuff like that because they want Marvin Harrison, oh, here you go. Take them. I'll go reload on some of the back end stuff. But that's the reason why I'm like Houston's gonna. I can almost guarantee Houston's gonna play him up. And we're like, no, Bryce Young, Will Levis. That's fuck. We'd even go Anthony Richardson at this point. Pair him up with David Pierce. You know what I mean? Like fuck. So, yeah, that would be kind of fun. Number 3. Let's get right into Arizona. Into Arizona. We got Chris's up right here. He has. And I think, hold on, Sid.
I have Arizona trading the pick.
That I was looking, yeah.
So I was this close. I was this close to doing that, especially when I heard. I thought we were only allowed to do 2 trades, so that's why I didn't. Because I had Chicago trading with Indy, and then Chicago again trading with the Raiders.
Oh.
So I was like, that's why I didn't do a trade here, because I thought we could only do 2. I found out we could do 3, and I was like, I don't want to go back and redo all that because
and that's fair.
My head already kind of hurt from trying to figure this out, and I'd already done 4 or 5, and then I was like, first round's over, and Bijan Robinson doesn't get taken. That's not going to happen. So I was like, we need to try this again, and then again, and then again. So anyway, yeah, no, I got the Cardinals taking Jalen Carter. It's going to be Jalen Carter or Will Anderson here, one of the 2. Either one's a good pick. I just think if the first 2 are quarterbacks, like if the only reason I think we would end up with Will Anderson is if the Bears keep their pick and take Jalen Carter. Other than that, then we'd take Will Anderson. But otherwise, I think we're going Jalen Carter, one of the 2.
And it makes sense though, because out of all, again, we were talking about this in the background. Fuck the young crowd out there in Arizona being like, trade Kyler for the best pick. No. We're talking about an actual draft pick at
and
number 3.
I think, and the other reason I went with Jalen Carter over Will Anderson with the choice of having either one is the Cardinals are very, and Alex already, don't even start with me because we already had this argument once, but they're very high on Zach Allen and Myjai Sanders. So I don't think they'll take another edge rusher unless, of course, Carter's not there.
I didn't say they couldn't be high on them. I just said they were wrong to be high on them. That's all.
Now, there is something that I did read about Jalen Carter where depending on the system, say he was thrown into a 3-4 defense, he could go off of the edge and not necessarily be a stand, but he can go tackle. He can go defense.
He can be that 3 tech.
Yeah, he can be an Aaron Donald type thing. So.
And that's hard. It's hard to say where that would end up because who knows who our coaches are going to be in.
Of course,
6 months.
Jalen Carter can play that defensive end in a 40 front as well. He can play anywhere across that defensive line.
Yeah, but I do think like they would with this pick with the choice of either one, with both of them being absolute monsters. Jalen Carter is just the probably more preferred pick at this, just because like you can start him like right at the middle as like a run stuffer.
Back-to-back natty champ coming into the building. That's how you sell it.
Jalen Carter's the best player in this draft.
1,000%. Well,
I'd say he's the best player in this draft.
I'm just saying the Will Levis, the upside of Will Levis, I understand because we have seen the upside of Jalen Carter respectively. You know what I mean?
Jalen Carter lifted a grown man with one hand.
I understand.
I know. And that's the whole reason I have Detroit trading up to this pick.
Which would
also, I would probably buy a Carter jersey immediately.
If we traded up and went to him, I'd consider it.
I would buy immediately.
Was what 99 or 9?
What was 99? 99 is also retired in Arizona, actually.
Okay, so now in my opinion,
he had to get permission to use it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name.
And 9 is Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was gonna say throw a 9 on him, but yeah, no, I like Isaiah Simmons with the 9. Yeah. We all agree across the board
97. All the good players wear number 97.
Isn't Bo Allen 97?
98's gonna be popular. Hey, us hockey guys, come on now.
Sure.
I'm looking at. I think it was Kyle's is the only person I think that had them taking Will Levis. Which, listen, I think the only reason all of us are hesitant is because we all live in group chats with Chris, and we all know that every morning it was fuck Cliff Kingsbury. Fuck the Cardinals just in general, but also fuck the amount of linebackers that we draft in the first round every single year. Yeah. And this, that. I wasn't putting.
It's not even it's undersized linebackers. Steve Keim likes linebackers that are as tall as our quarterback, and it drives me up the fucking wall. Shouldn't even stop there. Wide receivers too. We just like if they're over 6 feet,
the wide receivers cannot play for the Arizona
Cardinals. You cannot play for the Cardinals if you're over 6 feet. Sorry. Moving on.
Yeah, so I didn't want to put Will Anderson there, though. I'm not gonna lie, Will Anderson would also be a very good pick.
No, listen. I'm pretty much sold on either one at this point. Like I'm happy either way, and I feel like either way, we're gonna go with Carter or Anderson. It really depends on what happens with that first pick. I think we get Carter if Bears trade. If the Bears don't trade, we're taking Will Anderson. That's just the way the world works.
Sid, and you basically
and I think we're happy either way too. Like it's just no matter what, the team's happy. Defense gets better.
Both guys are studs.
And I mean, I believe too. Like I think Zach Allen is a guy that could potentially get moved into the middle of the D line if we were to take a Will Anderson. He's a big boy. Like that's a big dude, right? Like he could. So like there is the possibility either way with any guys getting moved into that D line. That D line just needs help, especially with JJ gone.
And Sid, I'm assuming you agree with everything about the Jalen Carter stuff as well, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I have him taken in my mock. So, I think he's
love to see it. I'd love to see it.
Nick was looking at Kyle's. I think we need an edge rusher.
No, that was yours. This is yours trading back from 1st to 9th.
Oh, far down. Well, okay, so just wait till you see who I got them actually getting here and stuff like that. So I just hear me out. So Chris, we'll get there.
Before we get to the pick, I want him to hear my trade and see what he thinks.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about Alex's trade. You just talked to me.
So I have Detroit sending 6, 55, and a 3rd rounder next year for 3.
Yeah, okay. That kind of
might have to sweeten it with like another 6th or something like that. Just
only dropping 3 spots. I like it.
Yeah. What did you say? 6 and then what? 55.
Yeah, so another a first, a second, and a 3rd next year.
Yeah,
next year.
What's the new GM's name though? Again,
Monty Osenfond or something.
He might turn around and be like, "I want a 7th because I need a punter." You know what I mean? Like it might just be something like that. It might be like, give me another
but
pick.
I think like I don't hate
For
that.
Jalen Carter, I do
solely.
that.
So solely the only reason I don't necessarily hate that is solely because of who I have going to Detroit at 6 is also in defensive interior. So that I feel like that just becomes like a swap of players for me. And either way, we're still kind of getting where we need to go. If there wasn't like another guy of that, not the same caliber per se, but like the same kind of position or same kind of like, you know, top end player of that spot, then I'd say you probably need more. But I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I'm dropping down 3 spots. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm grabbing a third. I can go get a running back in there too. That'd be kind of fun. Christopher Cole says, is there any stud players or players to trade up for in this draft? I think that if it's not a quarterback. Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah, no, a lot of these guys, though, are...
Jalen Carter right off the bat, Will Anderson right off the bat, and the Tyree Wilson conversation starts around there, too. He's starting to get up there as well.
He's more for a team that's willing to let him develop, though. If you're going for an edge rusher that's more right away, obviously Anderson or Miles Murphy is the
I was gonna say Murphy. I was like skipping over Murphy.
Kind of like the New Orleans Saints a few years ago when they traded to grab Davenport. We knew he wasn't going to be great right off the bat, but if you let him and Cameron Jordan show him like what he needs to do and stuff like that, he's going to be what he is now, a pain in my ass. Anyway, the number 4 pick. Which I think, just judging by the banners here, does anybody have the 4th pick traded besides me?
Yes.
Chris does. Okay, so
I remember he had them trading.
I had
twice.
the Bears trade to Indy, and then I had the Bears trade again with the Raiders.
Okay, and who do you have the Raiders taking here?
So I had the Raiders taking Will Levis.
Ooh.
With the 4 pick.
Ooh. So I
hear me out, because hear me out.
Oh no, you're good. No, you're good. You're good.
The reason I did that is because like I still firmly believe, and I'm not. That Tom Brady's going to Las Vegas next year. 100%.
I also agree.
Firmly believe that.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think what a better way to draft a quarterback than
to
have
all
him
of you
come
right
in
now. He doesn't end up
and fucking, that's fine. I mean, that's what I think.
Depends on the odds, but go on.
But if Tom Brady goes there and they take Will Levis, that's a great quarterback to learn behind for a season while you're kind of still figuring out the NFL game and playing with some real talent. And if I could very much see him going to Vegas with Tom Brady, learning behind Tom Brady for a season. Tom Brady either retires in a year or 2 years or whatever, and then Will Levis takes over after sitting behind Brady for a couple of years.
That would be actually nice to have for the Raiders. That was your trade. Kyle has Chicago
and the Bears now. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
you're
the
good.
Bears having traded twice, still inside the top 10, and with imagine a mountain of picks in the
it'd be a
year and 2, right? Like they're gonna have next year. They'll end up with 3 firsts or 4 firsts or whatever, and then like a bunch of 2s. Like they're gonna like I think for Chicago, it's almost a no-brainer because they don't need a quarterback to trade away from these quarterback picks and just take the shit ton of picks you're gonna get.
And if you're Chicago, there's all these links to DeAndre Hopkins, T. Higgins, Mike Evans, all these other receivers, where you could package some of these picks and go get that. That
everybody but DeAndre
player.
Hopkins, but
They just traded for a stud. They got Chase Claypool with basically a first-round pick.
Essentially,
But they need a number 1 receiver now.
Darnell Mooney. I thought he was going.
They still need a number 1
receiver.
Yeah, the conversation we had about, Gallup there.
Sorry, you need a 1A and there's 2 1Bs sitting there. Then,
I forgot to bring up
I think it's
Kyle.
very advantageous for them to make those 2 trades. Like you're sitting at the Bears, you're like, fuck, we're set. We got Justin Fields, who I feel like they believe in, and you have a plethora of picks, probably this and next year, to really put together that team over the next 2 years.
I think building on that, though, if Justin Fields, for whatever, is not the guy after this year, like getting all those picks then sets you up to go get Caleb Williams next year, too.
Exactly, for sure.
Like, so it's almost like insurance.
And if he is or if he isn't, you kind of put yourself in the same position that, like, let's say the Jets are right now, where you have a team, you need a quarterback. Because you've drafted well. Like the Jets are a team, like, I mean, they didn't make playoff, but they have a very talented team. That defense is fucking nuts. because they've drafted quite well. They're literally a quarterback away from being in the playoffs.
That's where Aaron Rodgers goes.
But
Kyle does have Indy and Chicago trading 1 and 4, by the way, and he has Jalen Carter going here. You have the Will Levis, and then Sid has.
So wait, who did he?
Will
he had-
Anderson.
Will
Yeah, Will
Anderson,
Anderson there, yeah.
So
I also
sorry,
have Will
Kyle
Anderson,
had
Kyle
Kyle
Will
had
Anderson.
Arizona taking Will Anderson, and then
Jalen Carter to Chicago, yeah.
Unlikely. I think if that's
so
not
me-
anything against him, but I just don't think that they pass up on Jalen Carter if he's there at 3.
So this is my fun trade that I came up with. I studied the fuck out of this
Tampa
one.
Bay trading into the top 4.
I actually have, if believe it or not, I actually have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers thinking they can save themselves in this draft kind of thing secretly, and one of your guys' teams fucking me over. We'll get to that in a bit. I have the Indianapolis Colts trading with the Green Bay Packers.
Oh boy.
For Aaron Rodgers.
For Aaron Rodgers. So this is the package I have. Indianapolis sends tight end Kyle Gradson, edge rusher Kwity Paye, backup quarterback Sam Ellinger, number 4 this year, number 80 this year. Just as a note on that too, Green Bay has picked number 79, and franchises love having back-to-back picks. That's almost more valuable,
especially in the middle of the draft like that.
Exactly. They also send a 2024 first and a 2024 second. Holy fuck, Andrew! Why so much? Green Bay
Aaron fucking Rodgers.
Green Bay sends though Aaron Rodgers, 2023 first, as in number 15 pick overall. 2023 fifth, as in pick number 150, and a 2024 fourth rounder. So Indianapolis, while still getting Aaron Rodgers in this and giving up next year's pick, allows them to get more help in this draft for Aaron Rodgers right now, while allowing Green Bay to do exactly what they want. Give Jordan Love the year, and if he doesn't work, now we have 2 first-round picks to go after our quarterback for next year. And by the way, who the fuck wouldn't want to see Pat McAfee?
I was just going to say, we get live Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays. He doesn't have to do it on that shitty webcam. We get live Aaron Rodgers. Buddy, I can hear him already. We got Aaron Rodgers live in studio.
Pat McAfee would lose his mind.
It's like while they're doing that draft show, if it happens,
they'd break the backboard on that basketball court because he'd be throwing so many fucking footballs at it. He'd just be like, let's go.
Like, Pat's about to do a show and Aaron Rodgers sends him a text being like, heads up. And that's all it says. And Pat being like,
sources.
What are you saying to me right now?
It's on the Tuesday show right before the draft. He hops on and just announces it there.
Rodgers just hops in wearing like a Luck jersey.
Just Aaron Rodgers texts him, says, know any good houses in the area? Like,
need a roommate?
Hashtag free Gump comes in a text like, oh, what? So that's my fun trade that I have. That was the second trade that I had, is Indy trades it away so they can grab Will Levis. Or Green Bay, grabs Will Levis as the backup.
So the only caveat I have to that, and because it's funny because I remember hearing Pat McAfee talk about this the other day, is I think that would really come down to who the head coach of Indy is.
Yep.
Because I'll tell you right now, if they keep Jeff Saturday, Aaron Rodgers ain't going to play for Jeff Saturday.
No, and especially the
Jets are doing.
Jets are doing everything.
No, but they have a team. Like that's a good team there in my opinion. Like I think the Jets are going to be a very good team once they get a half decent quarterback. But you put him on Indianapolis, he's not going to play for Jeff Saturday.
No.
So if they keep him,
Saturday was his center, right? Early on in his career.
Yep.
That's right, for a year, yeah.
So I think he might have a relationship with Ed, and I don't know. Like he might trust Saturday. He might think Saturday's a really smart guy.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, but you know what?
Though.
Listen, I got a really good relationship with my uncle. That doesn't mean I want him coaching the Arizona Cardinals.
Sure. But, I mean, Rodgers has more insight into Jeff Saturday than I think a lot of other people. And I think he might trust Jeff Saturday. Like, Jeff Saturday was probably a mentor to Rodgers, being his first center and being the guy on his, like,
wouldn't that have been
the older guy on the
wouldn't
team.
that have also been early in Saturday's career, though, too?
No, that was the end of
Saturday's
career.
Yeah.
That was
Saturday was Peyton
right.
Manning
That's right. He ended.
That's right.
He ended in Green Bay.
Green
That's
Bay.
right. Sorry. Yes.
Because now on the other side of it, like just as a hypothetical, I was about to say respectively, though, if you're the Colts, you want to get away from the coach that actually led to the worst regular season
loss
of all time kind of thing. But it's like, that's regular season. It's not the same as the Falcons, respectively. Sorry, Falcon fans, but like, it's not the same. That was the championship. This is a regular season game. There's injuries.
You're talking about a team that had no quarterback. Like, you can call Matt Ryan whatever you want. He's done.
Well, and the coach for that Falcons team, everybody wants now. So he's getting head coach interviews left and right every year, and just stays in Dallas as the DC. Like, it was Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was the head coach that year.
Yeah, Dan Quinn was. Yeah, that's right. So I don't know if you can blame Jeff Saturday for any of the outcome with the Colts this year. Like, he just came into a terrible team in a terrible situation. I mean, he'd have balls to bench Matt Ryan, which is pretty impressive, in my opinion. Because if I'm coming in as like an interim head coach that nobody believes in, I'm not benching the guy that was supposed to be the starter all year. Like, it's just not happening. Andrew looks perplexed.
Oh no, I was trying to find out who the Facebook user was there. It's my buddy David commenting here. We found out last year Aaron Rodgers was staying, I think, February 1st. That's to sign his homeowners association contract, and that's how they knew he was coming back last year before Green Bay or him said anything, because he renewed his contract.
He also said he wasn't going to make them wait as long this year.
Yep.
So I think an Aaron Rodgers decision comes soon.
Yeah.
I do too. Let's move on to Seattle quick. I think we all just kind of got the best player available here. Does anybody have a trade in this one? I don't think so.
No, I have Tyree Wilson going here.
Tyree Wilson. I got Will Anderson falling.
So I got Will Anderson.
There we go. Sid, who did you got?
Let me see. I can't remember off the. I had wait.
You got CJ Stroud, right?
Fifth pick.
The fifth pick for Seattle.
Yeah,
I had him taking CJ Stroud.
Yeah. Oh, CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he has the Bears not trading.
But the Bears are at 4. Yeah, taking Will Anderson.
That's why. Okay, gotcha.
So
I just don't know. I don't know that Seattle is super desperate this year to take a quarterback.
If they re-sign Geno Smith, if they don't,
they said they're going to use the franchise tag on him if they have to.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like,
So,
they're gonna roll.
Wow. That's only
he
a
just set
one-year
a passing
contract, though.
record for the team.
Yeah,
that's only a 1-year contract, though.
Yeah, so you keep
Agreed.
him on a 1-year deal. See if he can do it again. If he can do it again,
add another team into the Caleb Williams run.
You're back in. You're back in next year for a quarterback. Look, there's no downside really. They made the playoffs.
You're
this year.
not going to pick this high. You're not going to pick this high again.
Exactly.
Also
I'm
true.
taking CJ Stroud.
This is Denver's pick, not
That's a
theirs.
good pick.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good pick.
Seattle's a playoff team. You take a quarterback here if you're
but
unsure.
what I'm saying is they're a playoff team this year. Like, was Geno Smith a flash in the pan for 1 year, or does he got what he's got? Because if he is not this good next year, then they will be picking this high.
But if you're this good this year, then you miss on a quarterback next year. So I think this high you got. Like, if you're unsure, you got to take a quarterback.
And I think franchise tagging your quarterback not offering a long-term deal tells you you're not sure.
Yeah. I also agree. Does that say?
Well, if they sign him, they're not signing him long term. He's getting 2 years max. Let's be
exactly.
real.
Yeah, that's fair. Though, and I will agree
How
with CJ.
old is Geno Smith? Because he's been around a while.
He was the number
drafted
8
in-
overall pick in 2011.
No, he was a second round.
No,
pick.
he was second round pick in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
EJ Manuel was the only first round quarterback that year.
I think he was like the first pick in the second round, but he was the
very
second round
high.
pick.
Yeah.
Who the hell was I thinking about?
Geno Smith is 32 years old, so the
Tavon
longest
Austin,
contract
number
he is
8?
going to get is a 2-year deal.
100%.
Was Tavon Austin that number 8 overall pick that year?
Somewhere around there, 7, 8,
Okay,
9,
well, I
somewhere
have
there.
Okay,
this.
so I don't know what I was thinking, man. That was
Geno
weird.
Smith.
But I think what we can all agree is
I want to say
with
Gino was
Seattle,
like 45th or something like that pick.
maybe
Earlier than that.
44.
He was the second quarterback off the board in 2013 with the 39th overall pick.
39th pick, yeah.
Nice.
7th pick in the second
2013.
round.
So you guys are both 3 years wrong on the years. Both.
I
of
was
it.
way off too. I said, fucking
But-
I
8
said
overall pick.
2014. I was off by 1 year.
I think we can all agree, though, Seattle is either going with the best defensive player in this or the fallen quarterback that falls into their lap if they do not sign the Geno Smith. Let's get
I think
to...
even if they take
Oh,
Gino,
I agree.
I just think I mean you let CJ Stroud sit for a year. Why is that a bad thing?
So my thing would be if Pete Carroll's coming back for one more year, unless they have the successor in-house, I don't see why you would want to draft a quarterback then, because if he doesn't necessarily like that quarterback and doesn't think he can fit his system, then
because the GM's got to think past this year. That's the main thing. You're not gonna the way this team's playing right now, you're not gonna be this high next year.
I say Pete Carroll might be thinking 1 year, but the GM absolutely is thinking long term.
I also agree with that too. Let's get into the other guy's pick in here. One of the picks that he's got here, the Detroit Lions. Number 6. Taking whatever quarterback available, right? No.
Now, I have Arizona picking here from that trade and taking Miles Murphy.
Ooh, that's a good pick. So that's funny because I have Detroit actually taking Miles Murphy with the number 6 overall pick, as you can see.
I don't hate it because he's listed as an edge guy, but he's big enough to play in the interior. That's why I picked him for Arizona, because then you can choose: do you want him inside? Do you want him outside? And he can do it all. He can stop the run. He can rush the passer.
This is where my knowledge of college players started to dwindle. So I went Brian Brees solely because
that's also a very good pick.
Because he is defensive interior. Because I didn't see them taking an edge when they already drafted Hutchinson.
Alex's defensive line is going to start looking like the whole offense of San Francisco if they start going with players like that. If anybody catches my drift here, saying. No,
I don't.
The talent don't stop it.
I don't catch your drift. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're not. Stop it. If he did go with that talent, though, that would be a great pick. Sid, you got, if I'm not mistaken, Brian Branch.
Yep. I went safety because I do think secondary is a need for the Lions. And I just think I just went with somebody different.
I'm going to ask a question just because lack of knowledge. Is that not a little early for him?
For who?
Based on where everyone has Brian Branch, it's a little early.
His talent could literally go to the Cards at 3.
He's a very talented player.
But the thing is, we're taking a safety, but
no, but that's the thing.
Okay, no, that's why I'm asking. I don't know.
He can also play corner, though.
I legitimately don't know. That's why I'm asking the question.
It literally.
I pretty much every one that I did, I had him in the bottom half of the first round.
This is probably the best way to describe it. You know how you want Isaiah Simmons to be a little bit more versatile at linebacker and the edge and stay the fuck out of the corners there? Branch can
I just want him to stop going into man coverage.
Okay. Branch could do.
He's a linebacker. He shouldn't be in man coverage.
Branch can
Vance Joseph.
Branch could do the exact same thing, say Isaiah Simmons could in the NFL, be that utility player, but he'd be more better on that back end, where it's just if you need 2 random dudes to do a safety blitz kind of thing.
He's like Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Mathieu's
career. Tyrann Mathieu was, I fucking love Tyrann Mathieu so much. He was a beast.
Yeah, he can play outside corner.
He literally played every position. I remember him with middle linebacker one game. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure, man.
Yeah,
he hits like a truck, so it's fine, but I was just like, a little
small at first,
linebacker, but we like small linebackers.
At first, when I saw Sid's draft, I was like, why the hell? And then I thought about it more, and I'm like, I don't like it, but I don't hate it.
It's just, I think you guys need secondary, and I think it's more than just corner. I think you could use the improvement just because he can play everywhere. I like that he can play everywhere for you guys.
I think when all our safeties, week 1, when Tracy Walker's healthy, Deshaun Elliott's healthy, we got Kirby Joseph ready to go, I don't really think we need a safety at that point, but then he can slide into that nickel corner. Mm-hmm. So I don't hate that.
Yeah. I see Detroit going, because they need help all over their defense, and they have the 2 first rounders. And with there being so many DBs, I think they go defensive line, and then they grab ADB later, not Joey Porter.
2 of our hosts actually have Brian Brees going to Detroit. That'd be Kyle and Chris.
Yeah. I actually had him going there before I did the trade last minute with Arizona. Okay. So I also had Brees there.
Yeah, I like defensive interior there for Detroit personally.
I don't necessarily think we need the edge rusher at this point because, like Chris said, we drafted Hutchinson last year. Yeah. James Houston played the last half of the year and ended up with 7.5, 8 sacks.
Yeah. You need a guy at the
Romeo Quara's coming back. Yeah, we need somebody to help Aleem McNeil in the middle to help these linebackers out too.
Let's get on to the Raiders pick here then. Someone has the Raiders pick traded, I believe, or traded
Me.
with.
So this is where I got the
Chris.
Bears picking.
Finally,
okay.
Yeah.
And the Bears
Finally, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Bears pick for you.
I'd love to see the Bears trade like all the way down to like the bottom half of the draft and just fucking take
Trade
this,
4
like,
times and
mountain
draft at
of
26.
picks.
Yeah.
No doubt, right? Like,
Who
just-
did that a few years ago? Someone did do that a few years ago. Wasn't it Philly actually?
that might be why Philly has so many picks now.
Well, no, they have that one pick just
From
because
the
of the
Saints,
Olave
yeah,
trade.
because
That
of
one.
They did it
weird
2
trade.
years ago because they had three first rounders last year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Thank you.
Yeah, I got Paris Johnson going to the Bears here.
Which would be good for them
like
because
Yeah.
to get it out of the way too, the number 9 pick, I have Peter Skronsky falling in my mock draft to the Chicago Bears at number 9. So now all of a sudden it's like, here you go, Justin Fields. There's your franchise left tackle. Have fucking fun.
Let's protect. Yeah, like I mean,
I almost
feel
think
like,
either of those guys played guard. The 2 tackles they drafted last
can.
year are playing very well right
Now,
now.
the only
Either
downside
way-
on Skronsky right now is his arm size, and they're saying
Which
that
is why
means,
you put him at guard.
yeah, and they're saying he would be another one of those Quentin Nelsons and Zach
when it
Martin.
comes to
Like,
offensive line, I don't give a fuck what they are listed as. They're playing offensive line. Like they're playing wherever.
I disagree. I
some-
strongly disagree.
Well, no, unless
as
you're
an offensive
specifically getting like a tackle, you need a specific tackle. But if you like have 2 tackles and you take a tackle, he can play guard. Is what I mean.
Usually, yes.
Yes, usually. Okay, usually. Sorry, I shouldn't say
Yeah.
always, but generally speaking, that's how
Chris,
it's gonna work. But I think that here, if the Bears aren't taking a quarterback, which they're fucking not. I've read a lot on Twitter that they should, and I'm just like, you guys are dumb. They're not taking a quarterback, and if they go this low trading down, they're gonna protect what they feel is literally their entire franchise, and that's Justin Fields.
Chris, just to let you know, this is Anthony as well. Anthony is tuning in. Hello, Anthony. Zagnif Apparell's very own.
Oh, the one that is the reason I don't have any sleeves on right now.
Well played. Okay, so with the Raiders here as well.
Got no jacket.
I'm just looking at Kyle has Peter Skronsky going there, so another tackle.
Yeah, offensive
basically.
line.
Yeah, going there. Sid has, if I can look down, Brian
I think he wants
Reese.
Brzee. Yeah.
Yeah,
Vegas.
Brzee.
Yeah,
on
Brian
there.
Reese.
You, Alex, have.
I have Bryce Young.
Yes, you have Bryce Young falling all the way down to the Raiders. That would be fun. Him in a
Now,
Raiders
this was-
uniform would be fun.
This was more me saying they trade up to get him, but I can't do a 4th trade, so Vegas stays there and takes him.
Fair enough.
Oh, now I'm trying to remember who fucking Alex had in the top 6 picks here.
So I had Will Levis to Indy, CJ
There you
Stroud
go.
to Houston, Jalen Carter to Detroit, Will Anderson
Okay.
Chicago, Tyree
Okay.
Wilson Seattle, Miles Murphy to you
Oh,
guys.
okay, yeah.
I have them taking
It's
Tyree
possible.
Wilson, but the other one that I was telling Alex about as well at work is if they signed Brady and they just said fuck it, they could also be the team that takes Bijan Robinson, because now it's like, okay, Brady's got bell cow, he's got a slot receiver, he's got a pass catching back, all in one.
Well, and
All in
Josh
one.
Jacobs is a free agent.
Exactly, because they
It's
didn't
another
pick
thing to
up
look
his
at.
5th-year option.
I just
So
think
I-
they stick with Josh. Yeah, they fucked up not picking up his 5th-year option. He
Yeah.
was lights
Yeah.
out this year.
I think they
Oh,
tag
yeah.
him.
He was pissed. Like he was
They'd
like
be smart too.
He was like, "I'm sorry, you did what? Oh, okay. Well, what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go lead the league and everything, and just fucking be incredible. And now you're gonna have to pay me more than my 5th-year option was worth.
Because they could also,
Or
yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
could
fucking
take
walk
him.
away and go sign in Arizona.
And they already re-signed Waller and a couple of those other guys 2 longer contracts. So yeah, they could if
Yeah.
they really wanted to. But I do have them taking Tyree
But
Wilson.
if you
They get their
but
edge
if
rusher.
you make the
and call
move,
it a
just
day
because
here.
you kind of brought it up, if you make the move to get Tom Brady,
Mhm.
you're obviously making a statement like we're trying to win this division in a very tough division. You're making a statement saying, I
Extremely
want to win
tough.
this division. Do you really want to like put that on a rookie running back, or are you bringing back Josh Jacobs and really taking a run at it?
So that's why in my
Right?
that's
Like
why
I don't
in
know if
mine,
you want to,
yeah.
because like I mean, I'm not saying that Bijan Robinson isn't going to be good, but it's
Nope.
like you're putting you have this team of veterans, a lot of guys that have been around for a while, a lot of guys that probably want to win a Super Bowl, or not probably want to win a Super Bowl. That I feel like you're almost better off keeping Josh Jacobs. He knows the offense.
Yep.
You plug Tom Brady in there, it's just gonna make him that much better because now you have this other absolute weapon. Like,
and go grab your edge rusher. Essentially, that's why I
tipped
say
over.
I was gonna say what happened there.
I thought his beer tipped over.
No, my stool didn't. It fucking scared the shit out of me. Anyways, I just don't see them wanting a rookie running back for a run like that.
No,
if you're taking a run out of your keeper,
that's just if Jacobs is already out the door.
Yeah,
because
if there's no shot at Josh Jacobs returning, fair enough, 100%.
And that's why I got them.
Well, you'll know by draft time, right?
Yeah,
that's why I got him.
If he's out the door, what? Okay,
because you put Tyree with Chandler Jones, and now all of a sudden you have
Max Crosby, Chandler Jones hasn't done
They
anything.
have Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. That's why I went D lineman. I'm like, they don't need an edge. They need an.
I mean, Chandler Jones only got like 2.5.
I know, but they're not. They just
the Cardinals are looking real smart, letting him walk away for the money he wanted after this season. Like, not at all disrespect to Chandler. I fucking love Chandler Jones, but for the money he got paid and the performance he had, the Cardinals look fucking real smart right now.
You're also not wrong either. So
I think Vegas is actually going to look second or third round and just get a third edge rusher, like just. Kind of, so you can use a defensive end out there, and Chandler Jones can come in specifically on pass rush downs instead of playing the majority of the game.
Well, and that's the other side with Tyree Wilson as well, is Tyree Wilson could go down as a nose tackle if you need him. Like, there is a couple of these hybrid defensive linemen in this draft. There's a guy in the second round, or the Iowa guy.
Lucas Van Ness.
That guy is starting to get a really good fucking, like, grade coming up here, and he's probably going to start sneaking into the first round and go to like Kansas City and put him and Karlaftis together, and then all of a sudden they got
we should just take Kansas City's first round picks away from them from a couple of years. They don't need to get better.
One of them recently was Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so they're not all hits.
But then they're like they just randomly have Pacheco, and they're like, "What's up, man? We're good." Yeah,
7th round.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, some teams just get lucky, and it pisses me off, man. Meanwhile, we draft Kimdichie in the first round, and he's on his 4th team already in 3 years. Sick.
We got a couple Falcons, obviously. Not only our host, but a couple people in the chat. And number 8 on our list is the Atlanta Falcons. Kyle, being the Falcon fan himself, has Tyree Wilson falling here, and I know that he really wants a defensive player.
That'd be a phenomenal pick.
That would be really good for that franchise to have that guy to basically build around that defense.
So I have Miles Murphy here. Is that better? Or worse?
That's a very good pick.
Yeah, like I feel like that's equally as good as Tyree.
Right now, Miles Murphy is in like 70% of people's votes to be better than say Tyree Wilson kind of thing. Yeah. But Tyree Wilson has been a household name for a little bit, whereas Miles Murphy hasn't, I guess you would say. But Miles Murphy. Oh, you think the other way?
Miles Murphy's been the household name. Tyree Wilson just came up this year.
I was going to say, I feel like going to Clemson makes you a household name just because that's a bigger, like a big school.
And he's at Texas Tech, and that wasn't the So
right. Like if you're looking at the schools, like for me again, just barely getting into college ball. I know that like Clemson is a huge school, Ohio State is a huge school, Alabama is a huge school, Texas Tech, like Patrick Mahomes came from there, but that's about it.
Now, Sid here has...
That's what they're known for. And Cliff Kingsbury.
Chris, he's talking to me.
Has Jackson Smith and Jigba, the Ohio State wide receiver, being the first wide receiver taken off the board, going to Atlanta. I like that one.
Now,
he's lengthy, man. He's got... Good. Him and Drake London
would be fun. Best route runner, too. Best route runner by far in this draft.
Just imagine the lineup of him, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts.
Jackson Smith and Jigba from Ohio State.
Okay. So you say best route runner is Jackson Smith and Jigba, and
it's not close. It's not close at all.
I would say close is still Jordan Addison. And you just
the thing is, we didn't see JSN this year.
I understand.
So if you go back and watch the Rose Bowl from last year.
Question again.
Go ahead.
Does that feels really early for him?
No, some of these wide receivers could go
again. I'm
top
like again asking the question. You are not knowing a fucking thing.
Nope. There are wide receivers that could go top, like even to like Detroit, Seattle, even that 4 there too. I don't think Houston and Chicago are going to waste those picks. But it is mostly between say Jackson Smith and Jigba, Quentin Johnson, and then I keep throwing Jordan Addison in there because
I have. Just for, I don't know if you're looking at mine, Andrew, but I have Jackson Smith as the 4th wide receiver gone.
And I have
him as the 3rd, but
Me personally, I on my board right now, I would go Quentin Johnson, and then I'd go Jordan Addison. I have Zay Flowers coming off the board as the third wide receiver, and the only reason is because his separation is better than everybody's, and I think that's what New England would just be like, we finally can fucking get that. Holy crap. Hallelujah.
So, Chris, let me put it to you this way with Smith and Jigba. And one, this is a Michigan fan talking about an Ohio State player.
Yeah, so flip this.
Alex, like, he sucks. He's terrible.
No. He torched us multiple times, so...
It's the Ohio State.
No.
You will never go to ever.
I fucking think that's the dumbest shit.
You're lucky I'm saying Ohio State.
Those guys.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, before this season, in almost every mock draft, was a top 5 pick, like lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he played 3/4 of football this season. He got ankle injuries.
Gotcha.
Like that kind of
Somebody
shit.
else came into that. Someone else took a little bit of receptions away from him.
And Marvin Harrison.
Last
Jr.,
year he played with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, and
two
just
top
fine.
15 picks, and he was the better receiver out of all three of them.
Exactly.
So,
Smith and Jigba is a stud.
Absolute
yes.
animal.
And you're going to hear me talk up Jordan Addison basically until he gets drafted, because I like the film on Jordan Addison. He's personally my favorite wide receiver in this one. Though
He's gonna be great at the number 32 overall pick to the Steelers.
I have in this order
the old Pitt player going to Pitt as well with Pickett.
Pickett to Addison, baby.
Because I have.
If Joey Porter Jr. is not there,
that's also fair. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
No, it's all good. I have in this order for wide receivers. Won't say which teams because we're almost there. But I have Quentin Johnson going first. Zay Flowers being the next receiver off the board. Yep. Then Jordan Addison and Jackson Smith back to back.
That's fair.
They're like one, and then the next one goes right after.
See, I have Johnston, Addison, Smith, and Jigba, but I'd almost be willing to put money on it now. You look 5 years down the road, and Jigba's the best one out of all of them.
How come I feel like there's going to be a very, very white announcer that fucks that last name up and gets canceled?
There's going to be. You're going to hear a lot of JSN.
Anthony wouldn't say it yesterday.
I don't know if you've noticed, I said Jackson Smith. I'm not saying
Jackson Smith.
Me and Alex have tried to say names for a long time. Like, I tried to pronounce Vita Vea's full name one time, and I'm like, I need to go to Hawaii for a week to even
there was that one I had on my Madden game. I had to ask you guys, I'm like, who's this? Because they're all the whole name was starred out. I'm like, who's this? I don't know who this is.
Hooker, yeah.
By the way, I got Quentin Johnson going to Atlanta. I think we can all agree that they're just building one beautiful offense that's going to attract some quarterback here eventually. So
I went Brian Brzee, pair him with Grady Jarrett in the middle of that defense.
Oh, I like that. I like that as well.
2 Clemson D tackles as well.
Kyle's not going to be mad at a defensive pick either. Sorry, go ahead.
I just think they need somebody to take the eyes off of Drake London. Like, they don't have a 2, 3, 4 receiver right now. So I think they go off.
It's almost like they had one and
traded
him for no reason.
Right. I mean,
I think they're going receiver in the second round. That's the only reason I would do tackle first.
Now, the number 9 overall pick is Carolina. I have it technically Chicago, and they've taken Peter Skronsky, so we got that.
Me and Sid have the same guy.
Okay, who do you guys got?
Anthony Richardson.
Ooh.
I thought I was the only one taking him this early.
No,
Alex.
And it was funny because on my show last night we were doing the mock draft, and Alec was literally like, "I've seen the stupidest shit. Like, I can't believe somebody had Anthony Richardson going 9." I was like, "Well, you can laugh at me too because I got it."
I almost did the same thing there, but then I was like, for me, this team was like the first team out of the top 10 that made sense for Bijan Robinson.
Which
just
also
got rid of Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
I personally think the Panthers are probably going to target a quarterback in the offseason, like a not rookie. And see what they got.
And they also have Matt Corral there too, so they might give him a shot.
Yeah, exactly. And then if not, then you end up next year picking a quarterback high. Right? Like you end up right back in that conversation. So I think that's why I went there. I also I just didn't see Bijan Robinson not being in the top 10.
I'm gonna state this right now though. If Anthony Richardson is the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, all you Dynasty DJ Moore owners, trade the fuck away immediately. As a Florida Gators fan, unless we have a Hollywood Brown on our fucking team,
I disagree.
I've also heard nothing but bad things
Andrews
about Gators
hated Anthony
quarterbacks.
Richardson since week 2 of college season.
Who did Anthony Richardson have to work with on that offense this year? As a Gator fan, can you tell me anyone he had to work with this year? Exactly.
Now, okay, in my defense, I don't hate him. I hate the fact that everyone's saying he's a first-round pick, and they're willing to give up millions of dollars for a franchise to have his name.
It's just the positional need. That's all it is.
I'm like, the more that you do this, the more the Buccaneers are like, oh, that looks good. It's like, no.
He's the same reason Lamar Jackson was a first-round pick. It's the same.
Lamar Jackson is why he's going to be a first-round pick.
Absolutely. Yeah. And he's going to be higher than 32.
So that leads to pick number 10 that I have Philadelphia trading out of, which they have gotten from the New Orleans Saints. Sorry, Nicole. Thank you for tuning in, by the way, tonight. Which everybody who's tuning in tonight, like and share, follow. Remember, every like that you put on one of these live shows, every share that you do gets you entered into the draw that's happening at the end of the year of the football season, which is in technically 3 weeks. I'm going to have that updated for you guys this weekend.
That 3 weeks is the Super Bowl.
There we go. Which I'm having a party. Sid, fly on up here.
I'm going to be at the Super Bowl.
I know. That's a little bit more better.
I'll be at the Super Bowl experience before the Super Bowl. It's a blast. I'll send you guys pictures or videos or whatever.
Please do.
Yeah.
Brag about it more. Number 10. Number 10, Philadelphia is in there. I got them with my last trade here, trading with the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings trade with the Philadelphia Eagles. They send number 23 in a next year, 2024 first. They get number 10 and a third this year to balance it out. They take Anthony Richardson. They say, Kirk Cousins, thank you very much. You get one more year. And if you can't do it and stuff like that, obviously, you're gone. And we will not give you a nice base 2-year contract after that. And Anthony Richardson will be like the next Culpepper, man. He'll sit there and he'll wait for his time to shine.
He does remind me of Culpepper. That's my comp. Yep.
Thank you. And that's also the reason is like you're gonna have some of those like old school Viking fans kind of sit there and they're gonna like look at tape and they're gonna be like, every year
number
they're
11,
like,
please.
Yeah, they're gonna be like every year it's the same old Viking, and they're gonna look at him and they're gonna be like, we have a team. And then with him, you just let him develop for a couple years. You get rid of some of those bad contracts. You keep developing some of these players that they got. Minnesota, with that coaching staff too, becomes a pretty dominant squad in a few years. So I like that trade.
So it's that phrase "in a few years" that gets me. I feel like Minnesota is in a win. They're trying to win now. They're not going to, but their state of their team is in a win now mode. And I don't think that they're going to be looking to be good in a few years. Kind of.
Yeah, because unless their owner is willing to be the Rams owner and just shell out a bunch of cash out of pocket, because Hawkinson's up after this year, Danielle Hunter's up right away, Zadarius Smith is up right away, Harrison Smith is up right away.
They're going to have to pay Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Justin Jefferson gets an extension right away.
27
Your entire young offensive
I feel
line,
like Justin Jefferson gets paid
this
year.
Built.
Like he's going into this offseason, he's like, I'm getting a contract.
So you might as well as well enjoy, say, one more good run. Have the quarterback in the cheap on a first round contract, so you get the 5th-year option. Now you can let Kirk Cousins go. You still get 4 years of Anthony Richardson, and you've just dropped $42 million cap.
Yeah,
there you go. So
no, but I guess what I mean is if they're like done with Kirk, it's not a rookie quarterback's not going to be their answer. They're going to target somebody. Like they're going to target Tom Brady.
I mean, look at a lot of these teams that have won recently. It's all young quarterbacks.
No, I realize that, but but they're young quarterbacks. They're Joe Burrow. They're Patrick Mahomes. Is Anthony Richardson one of those guys?
The idea is the rookie quarterback on the rookie contract that you can pay everyone else on the cheap deal.
No, for sure. No, I see the logic. I'm not saying Andrews thought is bad. The logic is there. I'm just saying, like, I feel like if Minnesota in the state that they're in, like with these contracts expiring and where like a lot of their players are getting older too, like they're going to be looking for like a veteran quarterback if they move on from Kirk Cousins, which I still don't think they do.
So basically at this point, unless the owner wants to pay out of pocket, you keep the roster intact. You can get a rookie, or you start shelling out this roster.
Yeah, start and potentially through the draft, maybe stabilize the defense a little bit more.
Yeah,
because like we can shit
Get
on
a
Kirk
fucking
Cousins
secondary.
for throwing shit on Kirk Cousins for throwing a 3-yard pass on 4th and 8 all we want. The defense let up a lot of points.
Yes, they did.
Well, just to give
There
you
was a lot of points in that game.
Just to give you something to think about, Chris, though, too, like the Anthony Richardson thing for the Vikings. The Eagles have Jalen Hurts because they took him in the second round when they already had a quarterback that they thought they were going to try and make a run with because he was an MVP candidate 2 years before, and they won a Super Bowl the next year. And then they just took a quarterback early that is like Anthony Richardson. Nobody thought Jalen Hurts was ready to – I mean, he was a second-round draft pick. He wasn't a first-round draft pick for that reason.
On Jalen Hurts so bad.
But that was – but Sid, like, I guess what my – like, again, not disagreeing with you, but my point is, I guess, how many years ago was Jalen Hurts drafted? Wasn't that 4 years ago?
Two. He's still in his rookie deal.
It was 4. Okay, that was 4 for some reason.
2020 draft. This will be the 2023. This will be the third draft since he's been drafted.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, no, fair enough. I just don't think the Vikings. My point is, I don't think the Vikings are looking to wait that long. I think they need to win a Super Bowl next year.
And I also do agree
like Jalen Hurts. Like I know just Jalen Hurts start. This is his first year actually being really successful. First year being real successful as a starter. Last year they made playoffs, but they were like the worst team in the playoffs, and then they got the shit kicked out of them in the playoffs. Yeah. Like this, that I think that shit kicking was a major eye opener, and that's what made Jalen Hurts into what he was today.
And AJ Brown helps.
Absolutely, right? They made a lot of good moves, whereas like Minnesota, they already have these kind of players in place. They're not looking to wait and see what Richardson or somebody like that's like in a couple of years. They're wanting to go and be in Super Bowl competition next year.
Now Kyle does have Joey Porter going here, Philly.
To Philly?
Yeah, to Philly. Which is not exactly where I was going to put him, to not say piss everybody off, but I was just like, that would also have been funny.
I almost put him here because I have them going corner, but to me, just Devon Witherspoon's a better fit.
I was going to say, I don't even have Joey Porter as the first cornerback off the board.
I
have him second.
It depends the team, because some guys need a man-to-man, some guys need a zone, some guys need a nickel.
Because Joey's my number one corner, but I have him going third off the board corner-wise, so it's just all fit.
My number one corner is Gonzalez, and I have him going second, I believe. So,
see, Gonzalez is my second corner, and I have him going fourth.
And see, exactly. Philly is Sid's pick here is Miles Murphy, which would also be
I just had him still available. So I was like
another thing I was actually gonna say too, because Andrew, we were talking about Philly trading this pick. I don't think Philly wants to trade this pick. They're in the Final Four, possibly in the Super Bowl. If you're talking about a team that is a Super Bowl contender, adding another weapon, like why would you turn that up? Right, you're not rebuilding. You're in the top 10, and you're in the potentially in the Super Bowl. Like that is an opportunity to be in the Super Bowl for the next 4 years. You're going to be the next Kansas City. Like you're looking at being the Kansas City of the NFC.
That's what I think. They sit at their. They don't trade this early or anything. They sit at their pick, and if somebody like Miles Murphy falls to them, that shouldn't be there. They're like, we're taking him.
Or like Skronsky or something like that.
Right.
Too.
If somebody like super big is there, they're like, we'll take that. If not, all right, we'll trade back.
Go ahead, Alex.
If I'm not mistaken, Miles Sanders is a free agent. So if Philly sits here and Miles Murphy and all these other guys they want are gone,
Bijan Robinson.
They might just take Bijan Robinson and say fuck the rest of the NFL.
The only reason I'm getting away from, say, the Bijan Robinson talk here is because I've been talking about Philly taking Bijan Robinson ever since they traded and got this fucking pick for this year of this draft. I'm like, you're going to have Bijan.
I didn't even think of the
Kenneth
fact
Gainwell.
that Sanders was a free agent. I didn't even consider that when I was doing
Now,
this, because that would make a lot of sense if Carolina went with like an Anthony Richardson at 9.
To be fair, I do have, because of this trade, Philly going down to 23, they still do get Bijan Robinson, just to throw that out there.
Okay.
Now, what we are going to do, though, quickly, is we are going to take a quick little break. quick shout out from our sponsors. Be back in about 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes time. About 3 minutes. And it gives us a chance to, use the bathroom, all that kind of stuff. And then each of us are basically just going to run down our 10 through 31 picks really quickly, just to give you guys a general idea of what we were talking about for the rest of the picks. Then we're going to have our general, talk at the end of the night here and give you guys a general idea, a lot of general ideas. Apparently, that's going to be my phrase of the new year. We're going to give
That's
you
your catchphrase for the vote.
Yeah, that's my catchphrase for the vote at the end of the year. We are going to show you a new segment that we have, which is 25 on it. Which every time I say it, I'm like, I'm going to put 5 on it. But now it's, I'm going to put 25 on it. Yeah. So we'll get to that in a little bit. Couple quick commercials here, and we'll be right back at North Sports Dynasty. See you in a second. That's not the We'll be right back with the actual commercials here at NSD. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to North Sports Dynasty. I am your host, one of them, of the 5. There's 4 of us here tonight. Kyle is away doing family stuff because he's an engaged man now. Congratulations, Kyle. Congratulations. Way to show
Run
all
away
of
while
us
you still can.
Yeah. Sid, run. As if no, is she watching? Let's move on. Go back to the draft.
She's literally behind the camera like every other time we talk. She's like, what did you just say? Like,
standing there with a knife. She's like, what?
Congratulations again to Kyle. Engaged. Really cute little engagement thing that he did there. That was the Ledge, right? That was okay. I was like, I know that place. I've seen so many different riots and debates. What? It's a cute place.
I just thought of how cute, the proposal and everything. Yeah, I've seen riots there. Just the
I have very weird humor, and I apologize. So
no.
Come on. All right, so we're gonna go around the horn here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get Sid to go from 11 to 31 on his picks, quick, just to give a quick rundown of the rest of his, because we gave you an in-depth from 1 to 10. Everything else from now on is kind of like falls into place, but we also will be talking about the Pittsburgh pick when we get there a little bit by all of us, and Detroit's and Tampa's. Detroit's other pick,
3 in a row,
Tampa's
yeah.
other pick, which is our only pick because we're not going to have any other first round picks. So fucking not even go there. So Sid, take us away from 11 to 31.
Sure. So I got Tennessee taking Paris Johnson because I think Taylor Lewan leaves in the offseason. Then Tyree Wilson falling to the Texans here.
Damn.
Peter Skoronski going to the Jets for Aaron Rodgers to really protect him on the opposite side of Mekhi Becton or inside. The Patriots going wide receiver because they desperately need it, in my opinion. Quentin Johnston. The Packers taking another Georgia boy and Nolan Smith. Washington upgrading their tight end position, taking Michael Mayer.
Damn.
Yeah, I think that
Pittsburgh taking.
I mean, it's not a question. Joey Porter Jr. going to us. The Lions taking the next cornerback right behind us because he's not there. I got him with Devin Witherspoon. The Bucks going guard for Osiris Torrance. I figured Florida Gators to Andrews Bucks was the best thing.
Inevitable, yeah.
Seattle going. I can't say this dude's name. Sayaki Ika. The D line. Okay. From Baylor.
Okay. Okay.
That's another early runner right now so far this year is okay.
Yep. Seattle going there because I think D lineman would be a big improvement there. I couldn't think of anybody that the Chargers desperately needed, so I kind of went best available. And also just why not give Justin Herbert one more weapon? So Zay Flowers, I got him going to the Chargers. And Mike Williams, I don't think has played a full season his entire career. Keenan Allen's been hurt and is getting older. That's another reason for the receiver pick there. Baltimore desperately needs a receiver, so I got them taking Jordan Addison as much as I would love him to fall out of the first.
Oh, man, that would be fun.
Definitely needed there. Minnesota, I had taking a cornerback, Christian Gonzalez, falling to them.
Nice.
Again, because their secondary got toasted this year. The Jags going cornerback as well because they need help there. Cam Smith from South Carolina. I had the Giants going receiver because they desperately need a receiver there as well. Josh Downs is who I got falling there just because he was the best available at the time. The Cowboys, I think, let Tony Pollard walk in the offseason after that broken leg. They don't want to give a contract or tag somebody that's coming, running back especially, coming off an injury like that. And Zeke, we all know, can't be the bell cow anymore. So I have the Cowboys taking Bijan Robinson.
Damn.
And then the Bills have them since Tremaine Edmonds is going to be leaving in the offseason and signing with the Steelers. I have them taking Trenton Simpson from Clemson. And then the Bengals finally take a lineman in the first round that they've desperately needed for so long, taking Broderick Jones to help Joe Burr. The Broncos try and replace Bradley Chubb with Lucas Van Ness. The Chiefs D lineman in Kalaje Kancey, I think they say it, from Pitt. And then Eagles get another weapon on offense that they don't need. I got them taking tight end Luke Musgrave from Oregon State.
Damn. Just another solid duo of tight ends that Philly would have. I don't like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty good. I like that. What was the Chargers one there?
The receivers,
Jordan
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers, yeah.
Zay Flowers had Jordan Addison to the Ravens.
Man, if Zay Flowers went to the fucking Chargers, the fact that guy's got such good separation in that division too, with very lack, respectively, of cornerbacks as opposed. Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Well, you got your jump ball guy in Mike Williams. You got your just absolute burner in Zay Flowers and your slot guy in Keenan Allen. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I love it. That's a good one. Chris, let's get your 11 through 31.
So at 11, I have Tennessee taking Quentin Johnston to try and replace the missing A.J. Brown. And then after that, I have Houston getting Peter Skoronski, the Jets taking Brian Branch to play alongside Sauce in that defense. And then I have New England taking Devin Witherspoon. I wasn't sure what to do for New England here, so I kind of just went best available.
That's fair.
I wasn't 100% sure. Like, man, the Patriots are so like Bill Belichick is so like out there with his picks. It's hard to really decide what he's gonna do. Green Bay, I think, does something because I do think they're gonna move on from Aaron Rodgers. I think they finally do something to help a quarterback there, and they draft Zay Flowers.
Nice.
And then I have Washington taking Anthony Richardson at 16. 17, I got Joey Porter going to the Steelers because I didn't want to get yelled at.
Let's go!
I didn't feel like it even be. I knew I'd get interrupted with being told I was wrong if I did anything other than that. I have the Lions also going corner, taking Christian Gonzalez. And then I have Mayer actually going to Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is going to try to just like retool.
I don't want to take a tight end at 19 again.
I honestly, with this pick, I was
OJ Howard 2.0.
I don't know what Tampa Bay is really going to do with this draft. Like if Tom Brady leaves or if Tom Brady stays, who knows what's happening there. I feel like putting a weapon in the offense isn't a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all.
So that was kind of where I went with that pick.
Yep.
Seattle got Lucas Van Ness. Because for me that's two edge rushers in the first round. I think that really just like bolsters Seattle's defense, which is kind of what they've always prided themselves on was defense. I feel like that's what they're kind of going for, and the offense in Seattle looks pretty good already. The Chargers I had going wide receiver as well, Jordan Addison, and then Ravens I had taking Jackson Smith. I'm not saying the second name.
Injigba.
Listen, I was told in the school. Listen. I got the Vikings taking Nolan Smith, the Jaguars taking Cam Smith, and then the Giants taking Luke Musgrave, another weapon for that offense.
Oh, yeah.
And then Cowboys going linebacker Trenton Simpson. Bills with guard Osiris Torrance. I had the exact same pick as Sid here. Bengals taking Broderick Jones. They're finally going to try to help Joe Burrow and hope he doesn't.
Yeah, that would make sense though. They won't.
That would. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, is there a receiver? Is there a receiver that Burrow played with in like junior high or something that they can draft? Like, and then Denver's taking Anton Harrison. KC taking Antonio Johnson, and the Eagles taking Sika Ika, however you say that.
Nice. I like that, actually. There's a couple of good ones in there. The where did you have Bijan going again? That was in the top 7, right?
I had it. He was at Carolina. To Carolina.
Okay. And then just as a thought, because I know you like Jahmyr Gibbs. Do you think the Cardinals would take that?
It's not that I like Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yep.
I think the Cardinals like Jahmyr Gibbs from what I've kind of read. And I think if he's there at, I think, 34, I think they have their next pick. I think if he's there at 34, it becomes very likely that they would take Jahmyr Gibbs. I also would not be surprised to see them, depending on how aggressive they want to be in the offseason, I could see them going after one of these potential free agent running backs.
Miles Sanders.
Sanders, from something I read way, way, way earlier in the season, not that I think he's even leaving the team he's on now, but I guess Barkley and Kyler are very good friends.
Oh.
And Barkley likes he said something in an interview about liking the idea of playing with Kyler.
You think they can share ACLs?
Not that, yeah. Not again. I'm saying that off of shit that I read. I don't at all believe that Barkley is even leaving New York. I think New York's going to back the Brinks truck up and lock Barkley up for a long time. But in the event that he somehow ends up a free agent, would not be shocked to see the Cardinals go after him, Sanders or Josh Jacobs if he doesn't re-sign in Vegas as well. Again, I think all those players are staying where they are. But yeah, in the event that we don't go after one of those players, possible that Jahmyr Gibbs goes at 34.
Okay, all right. Couple quick comments here from the Ash says y'all hate me. First of all, if anyone in here is allowed to technically hate you until next season starts, it's me. All right? And I don't even technically hate you. I just knew it was happening. I put on the game for about 10 minutes, 15 and a half minutes.
And then he hated all of us for a we
I hated just
closer to 2, but it's all right.
Fuck this thing. Fuck this team. So, and then this whole everyone's realizing I'm saying we got a casting couch here at NSD, ladies and gentlemen.
No, you got it. No, there's no we with this. It's you.
I have a chair. I have a very expensive chair.
It just so happens that we're doing casting for NSD here at my house. Yes, and the only person that's been I've been casting every day is Kim, but she's really good at what she does for NSD. Okay,
just curious, do you take the whiteboards down for your Pornhub filming, or do you just leave them up?
No, I erase this and then draw on it and stuff like that. So believe me, I'm trying to make this work for the whoa.
I'm sorry, did Nicole just volunteer to check out the couch? I just saw Super Bowl. I was like, is that
Oh no. Yes! Moving on.
I just saw that pop up. He's like, nobody else has been on the couch yet. And then I hear Super Bowl. I'm like, what did I just read?
Let's go with Alex. Alex, give us your rundown from
No.
And even Nicole, no. Oh.
Poor Nicole.
Started, Chris.
Poor Nicole.
Hold on. Episode.
It's a timing thing.
So 28, 137, 15.
137.
Poor Nicole.
I'm sorry, Nicole. That was the first thing I saw. I was like, oh my God, no. What just happened?
No. Understand that we all love you, Nicole. That was one of the it won funniest moment of the year for a reason. I had to clip that. I didn't even clip anything else. It was just
Nicole, you don't deserve this. You really don't.
You picked the nicest person out of the whole.
All right, Alex, give us 11 through 31.
All right. So I agreed with Sid on this one. I had Paris Johnson going to Tennessee. I also think Taylor Lewan is out the door this offseason. So there's your left tackle replacement. Everyone's looking great in black and gold, aren't they? 12 for Houston. I have Quentin Johnston, wide receiver from TCU, to pair with CJ Stroud. 13, I have my last trade, the Green Bay Packers send Aaron Rodgers to the New York Jets for pick 13, a 2024 first, and wide receiver Corey Davis to get another weapon for Jordan Love. And I have Green Bay selecting Peter Skoronski because I believe that David Bakhtiari might be out the door this offseason. I was waiting for
gold. I'll take that.
I paused specifically for that. I have New England. Their left tackle, Isaiah Wynn, is a free agent, so they replace him with another Georgia offensive tackle in Broderick Jones. There's your left tackle, run-heavy scheme in New England. He fits perfectly there. Green Bay finally drafts another first-round weapon, this time for Jordan Love, not Aaron Rodgers. They get Michael Mayer, tight end from Notre Dame. Washington, I have corner Cam Smith from South Carolina. I think he's a better fit for what Washington wants to do. Pittsburgh.
Say it.
Joey Porter Jr., Pittsburgh. Detroit at 18 takes Christian Gonzalez, corner from Oregon. 19, I agree with Sid again. Osiris Torrance, the interior offensive lineman from Florida. Your guys' offensive line was atrocious, so time to fix that shit. Seattle takes Brian Branch, the versatile DB from Alabama.
That's a good one.
I went off the board with the Chargers pick. I went Michigan nose tackle Mozzie Smith because their run defense was god-awful this year. So try and shore up the interior of that defense. I agree with Sid again. Baltimore takes Jordan Addison, wide receiver from USC.
Quit copying me.
It's my homework.
Well, because you went first. Minnesota, I also have corner, but I went Clark Phillips from Utah. Jacksonville, I have Antonio Johnson, another versatile defensive back, this time from Texas A&M. The New York Giants at 25, I went Jackson Smith and Jigba from Ohio State. Dallas, sorry, Ash, I didn't give you a corner, but I stayed on the defensive side. I went with Trenton Simpson, linebacker from Clemson. If only Leighton Vander Esch had a good neck, then you could draft a corner instead of a linebacker, but he doesn't, so you can't. Buffalo drafts Bijan Robinson because they have all these running backs that they supposedly like. Their running game still sucks, so Bijan Robinson still sitting there. Take him. Cincinnati, they go the offensive line, but it's the interior offensive line. They get John Michael Schmitz from Minnesota to play center for them. Denver, I made a change from the draft I sent you, Andrew, because I realized I didn't have him in the first round. Denver gets Nolan Smith to replace Bradley Chubb. Kansas City, I have going receiver, but it's a guy that hasn't been said yet tonight. They go Kayshon Boutte from LSU.
Oh, nice fallen
bigger
talent.
frame on the outside. Another guy that was supposed to be like top 10 pick going into this year and just didn't play much.
So that's who Joe Burrow's the Bengals are going to take. LSU wide receiver.
Maybe, yeah. And then Philadelphia at 31, I have going Lucas Van Ness, the edge from Iowa, to pair with Devon Witherspoon at 10.
Ooh. There's Alex's mock draft. That's a pretty damn good one, too. Everybody just wants to put Joey Porter on the Steelers.
Well, no. There's no want out of me to put Joey Porter Jr. there. I just had to be realistic, and if he's there, Pittsburgh's taking him. So.
I promise you guys right now, if we draft Joey Porter Jr., I will have his jersey the following week after the draft.
I will
I'll wear it on the show.
And I will not be on that show. I will take a week off from NSD, and then every time I come back and he's wearing that jersey, I also subsequently miss that show.
I was going to say the last time Alex took a week off from NSD, he just didn't come back.
Wow.
You almost made him like joke on that, dude. Jesus.
Wow.
It's just like
well played, Chris. That was a good one.
Good, yeah.
That was a good one.
Okay, I'm just actually writing all mine down so I don't have to pull up my last picks on the one that I put in there. Okay, so 11 through 31. I guess I'll throw it up on me here. Look at my gingerbread. All right, Tennessee. Everybody has Paris Johnson going here. Makes sense. Paris Johnson, number 11, Tennessee. Houston takes Brian Breeze, defensive tackle from Clemson. I'm the only person that has this guy in the first round, and I'm pulling him to the Jets. I have Andre Carter, the edge rusher from Army. Yes, by the way, that bill did pass. The guy can play in the NFL as long as he fucking wants. And may he serve the New York Jets by kicking some ass. New England takes Zay Flowers from Boston College, wide receiver. This pick is actually Indianapolis's because of the Green Bay trade that I had. And I have them taking Jordan Addison, the wide receiver out of USC. What's it? Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman, Jordan Addison. Go get a quarterback, call it a day. And if you have Aaron Rodgers, isn't he just happy? Washington
receivers' names.
Washington Commanders take Joey Porter Jr. Cornerback out of Penn State. Though I have Pittsburgh taking cornerback Chris Gonzalez from Oregon because Washington does take Joey Porter. They do still get their corner. The team that fucks over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions with the pick at 18 take Stanford quarterback Tanner McKee and allow him to develop to be the next Josh Allen that they always have wanted. And with that, Tampa Bay Buccaneers do not get their first round quarterback as we wanted. And we settle for our new left tackle in Broderick Jones from Georgia. Seattle goes with Devin Witherspoon, the quarterback out of Illinois. The Chargers end up with Jason Smith-Njigba, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. I got Baltimore going with Cam Smith. Minnesota traded with Philly here, so Bijan Robinson goes to Philly. Jacksonville now has a Georgia tangent bulldog rush in Nolan Smith and the guy from last year. I can't remember his name. Trayvon Walker.
The number one overall pick.
Yep. And you get him, and you get Josh Allen, and now you have Nolan Smith, and you just keep that pass rush coming. Be just like the Jacksonville Jaguars of a few years ago that were really fun to watch. Then I got the Giants taking Michael Mayer, the Notre Dame tight end. Dallas takes Deion Sanders, the linebacker from Arkansas.
Drew Sanders.
Drew Sanders. I thought it was Deion. My apologies. Buffalo takes.
He's coaching in Colorado.
I was like, damn, Deion, just like that.
Yeah, Deion's going pro again.
Buffalo takes Osiris Terrence. Cincinnati shores up their offensive line, taking John Michael Schmitz, the center from Minnesota. Denver takes Ayaka, the defensive tackle. I got Philadelphia taking Anton Harrison, the offensive tackle from Oklahoma. And Kansas City takes the fallen edge rusher, as they did last year for George Karlaftis, and Isaiah Foxy from Notre Dame.
Good pick.
And that would be my 11 through 31, which I'm just saying right now, keep an eye on that Tanner McKee name because he's.
No.
I was gonna say, let's get a live look at Alex. No, what he thinks of that.
I wanted to leave.
You mean to tell me that if you drafted Tanner McKee at number 18, and he got to develop in that system, in that culture with everybody, that guy's arm strength, I understand, but the arm strength, the knowledge, the intelligence this guy's got, and then you put him with the plethora of talent that he has on that offense. Thank you. Not the other thing that
not plethora.
Yeah. What? Sorry to all the dads out there. Whatever. Anyway, but the plethora of offensive talent that he has on Detroit there, that he gets to like practice with and play with, and Ben Johnson, who gets to stay.
I have one question for you.
Go ahead.
Did you not see that for 2 months of the season we had the worst defense in the history of the NFL? Not just
imagine having the highest scoring offense and the worst defense in the league and taking a quarterback.
But you already got Miles Murphy at number 6, so you got him and Aiden Hutchinson off of the edge. So Aiden Hutchinson,
and our secondary got torched all year.
I understand that, but now you also know that you got a
secondary got torched, so you take a quarterback. Absolutely, that makes sense.
You already know that in the second round, there's a lot of cornerbacks that are going to be available.
Actually, he's on to something. No, he's on to something. The secondary looks bad, so you get a
mute his fucking ass already.
Secondary looks good. That checks. I'm with Alex. I'm with Andrew taking a quarterback and a bad one at that.
I'm dead.
Watch the name, Tanner.
Andrew, did you look yourself in the mirror today and just say, like, the Lions are taking a quarterback in the first round and to continue to have a straight face?
Yep. As of right now, I can see
impressive.
it. Yeah. Because if I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this team right now and you look at free agency and stuff like that, and you got Ben Johnson in there for a little bit, you want to convince him to
then don't touch the offense. Go
defense. No. You give him more. And I'm just saying you give him another mind.
You don't give him more by giving him a backup quarterback. No.
A very good backup.
You go get Bijan, or you go get a receiver. You go if you want to go.
Jared Goff can't throw it to the end zone. Tanner McKee and Will Levis can. Like, I'm just saying from end zone to end zone, respectively. Like they can. All right. It's that.
Oh yeah,
arm
and you know
strength
what? That's actually a real
development.
common play in the NFL is a 99-yard touchdown pass. So you need a guy that can do that for sure, because that's a every day, all the time play 3 times. You know,
I'm standing by it. Standing by it. I don't give a fuck. Standing by it. I think it works. I think
my response is you're lucky we do more than one mock draft.
I am gonna laugh
So
so
you
hard.
have
mock draft
What's gonna
4.0.
happen if they go
No, this is what I see
twice?
happening. Mock
You have two more
draft.
chances to learn from your mistake.
The
What
last
is
mock
gonna
draft,
happen?
Andrew's gonna have this guy going number 1 overall to the Lions because they traded up to get him. They traded both
like,
picks
what?
in the first
And
round.
I'll quit.
I'll quit.
Wait. Fuck me.
Either that or he's gonna admit yeah, he's a 6th-round pick. It's moving on.
I mean, if you want to make that argument, technically before the 2020 draft, like before the 2019 college season, Joe Burrow was supposed to go 6th round. But still, no. Fuck off.
I'm just saying.
Well,
Everyone's
you're saying bullshit. That's all you're saying.
Everyone's looking for their next, say Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. type
Not
thing,
here.
right?
No.
I wish- Not me. I ain't doing it. That's fair.
Jared Goff was at worst top 10 in every statistical category.
What happens if he goes to what was his? He was on the Rams and he went straight to you. What happens if he's the last year of the Rams type of Jared Goff next year?
Well, he's
You're
not
like,
gonna be.
God
So
dang it! I wish I had Tanner
Well,
McKee.
No. Because if he is, then we're high enough to draft a good quarterback next year.
I'll be
And
shocked.
fuck this
if
Tanner
anybody
McKee kid. No.
says- I'll be shocked if anybody's like, I wish I had Tanner McKee.
Yeah, if Goff's that bad, am I really going to be sitting here saying,
I'm
damn, I wish
saying
we had
this.
Tanner McKee at pick 18?
I'm saying
No.
Tanner McKee's name the same way Josh Allen's name was. Everyone's like, who the fuck is Josh Allen? Who the fuck is Patrick Mahomes? 11th pick, 13th pick. Like, these guys are now the same guys that we're talking about 5 years later leading the NFL.
Or they're EJ Manuel, Josh Rosen, Zach Wilson.
Christian Hackenberg.
I mean, I can keep going.
We can't keep don't say Zach Wilson just yet. Unless
Yeah,
if they
you can
trade
say
for
Zach
Aaron
Wilson.
Rodgers.
You can say Zach Wilson.
If
Go
they
ahead.
trade for Aaron Rodgers, I'll admit that. But I'm still holding that the Jets are
Matt Leinart. Well, it's just there's another
What
one
pick
for
was
you.
Leinart again? Was he number 8?
Seven.
Just like
Something like that.
Yeah, it was just like
Like
top 10.
Yeah, he was top 10.
Tennessee, right?
The Cardinals.
Arizona.
Arizona Cardinals. Yeah,
And
they have
then
a
came in,
Young
got
was who you were
outplayed
thinking
by
of.
a fucking aging Kurt Warner, and the rest is history.
Andrew, you're thinking of Vince Young
Okay.
to the Titans from Texas.
Matt-
third overall.
Matthew
Done.
Leinart
Now-
was selected 10th
now-
overall by the Arizona Cardinals.
Arguably
in
the best college quarterback
2006.
ever, Sid.
so
on
good.
both sides of it though, in the last couple years, I'd say probably it's only 60-40 for first round busts. I would say to guys who are still playing right now. Would it not?
Insert
How
Sid
many
head
years did you
tilt.
say?
So we got 60-40.
How many years did you say?
3 to 4. Because if you look at it, you got Herbie, you got T-Law, you got Burrow, you got Allen, you got Patty. It's 5 right there. Just throwing it off.
Patty, you got to go back more. Patty was 2017.
Okay. So then throw Patty out of there. If we're 2017 already, eh? Holy
Yep.
shit.
Him and Deshaun and
5 years.
Trubisky and yep.
It's head tilt. What?
Yeah.
But then if we're just even 5 years. So then if we're due 5 years, are
Baker
we saying-
Mayfield is then 5 years.
Sam
been-
Darnold is
he's on
5
his
But is
years.
he
third
bust?
team.
But
Josh
is he
Rosen
bust,
is
though?
5 years.
He's on his
He's
third team, and he was the number 1 overall pick.
The
Put
Rams
him in the
love
bust
him.
category.
The Rams love him though. Okay.
Third team in
Okay,
5
fair
years bust.
Okay, fair enough. So
To
Baker
be fair,
Mayfield-
I don't think he deserved to get drafted first overall that year.
I
Like
also
he shouldn't.
agree.
Like he already. Only the Cleveland Browns can
Top
fuck up 2 picks in the top 3. Only the
No,
Cleveland
I
Browns
mean
can.
at that point it was down to him and Sam Darnold, so you didn't fucking win either way.
yeah. And
Fair
then
enough.
Both
but I
ended
mean-
up on the Panthers.
And
I
then I
don't
was gonna
think-
say Sam Darnold is another one that fall. But okay, so Tua's not a bust. We just call that a middle one, right?
Sure.
I mean,
I'll
he's
put-
not
I'll
a
put-
bust.
I'll
Miami
put
ended
Tua
his
in
career.
the Mac Jones, Trey Lance,
Yes, yeah, like that
Category.
That category.
For
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
That's last year. I mean, that's a year ago.
Yes. So then I'm just saying right now. So right now we're just saying there's 5 like exceptional ones in say the last 5 years, and we've got about 3 or 4 busts in the 5 years. I know we are missing a couple other ones. I know we are missing a couple other ones.
We got Mayfield, we got Darnold, we got Rosen. We got
Mayfield, Darnold, Rosen. Okay.
Zach Wilson is a bust, guys.
Yeah, I agree.
Hold on. Out of respect, I think
we got Joe Flacco. He's a bust.
But we're saying drafted in the last 5 years, though.
He was drafted last year.
I thought he said Flacco. Sorry, it must have cut.
Oh, no.
He said he got benched for
The guy got
Flacco.
benched for Flacco.
I can just out of respect, we're going to put Haskins right in the middle.
That's fair. I mean, you don't know if he was going to be a bust.
Exactly.
Completely. I mean, he was on his second team after being a first round pick.
Is it too early to call Malik Willis a bust? He kind of looked like shit.
Well, he
we're
wasn't a
talking first
pick.
round quarterbacks.
Yeah,
just first round picks.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, he wasn't first round.
Pickett's in the middle.
I mean, it's too early to tell.
Pickett definitely looked good at points, and
so
Kyler Murray's a bust.
Oh, Pickett's a bust. I was trying to be nice. Pickett's a bust.
What other quarterbacks were drafted in 2019 there?
So in the first, Jordan Love.
You have no idea.
I mean, what category is he in?
I think he's got to go in that middle one. If we're putting Trey Lance in there, we got to put Jordan Love in there.
I've
hardly seen him play.
I was gonna say I'll mark him down quick.
I'd like to see Jordan Love on a team that has weapons.
Can we go by year? So we're including Mahomes and all them, right?
We're gonna go from the Patrick Mahomes draft to now.
Okay. Trubisky bust. Trubisky bust.
Trubisky's a bust.
Okay, hold on. So
are we starting 2017? That's what we're starting.
2017, yeah. Oh yeah, Chris, bring up the list of quarterbacks.
That's what I'm doing.
So P. Mahomes.
I love having multiple.
Yeah, Mahomes is elite.
So it's good.
So it's elite, bust, or middle, right? Those are all we're looking at.
Yeah, the middle ones we'll just kind of throw here if we're just
up top. Yeah.
So T-Law.
I think so. This is my take. If you are not on the team you were drafted by as a quarterback in the first round, you should be a bust.
So then
now, first round drafted quarterback.
But
I think if you've already signed that second contract, I think you're safe
with the team that drafted you.
So where I'm saying is Deshaun Watson had that second contract with the Texans and then was traded.
Sure, I don't think he's elite though. Did you see him this year?
He's not middle.
Did you see him last year? It's been 3 years and he went 4-12.
We'll put him in the middle then. We'll put him in the middle.
I was going to say
that's fine. That's fair.
I was going to say he's got to go in the middle.
So I pulled up 2017 draft, first round quarterbacks: Mitch Trubisky, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. So we literally have an elite, a bust,
and a middle.
Okay, sorry. So all right. So Mitch Trubisky. Yeah, got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pulling up.
2018, we've got Mayfield, Darnold, Rosen, Allen, and Lamar.
Okay, so Baker, Mayfield.
2 elites.
3 busts, 2 elites, yeah.
Sam Darnold. What's the other ones?
Rosen.
Josh Rosen.
And then in the elite, you go Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
So Lamar Jackson and what was the other one? Sorry?
Josh Allen.
I guess. Yeah.
Right there. Okay, and Patrick Mahomes.
And Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, we got those there. Okay, next one.
2019, we got Kyler and Jordan Love.
Can we put Love in the middle?
Yeah, Love's in the middle.
We decided.
Love's in the middle.
Next.
I'm just checking.
Kyler. I think that's all, but
that year.
I hate the way Wikipedia is set up. It works good, but it also doesn't work good. Daniel Jones was drafted first round that year. So
middle
for sure. Because before this year, he was a bust.
Yep.
Jordan Love was not taken in the first round.
Not that year. He was definitely a first round pick.
He was 2021.
He was 2020.
First round of 2019 was Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins, yeah.
Drew Lock came in at 42 overall. Second round.
20.
Just to throw that out.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
That was 2019. 2020 was Jordan Love.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, I see. There's the comment right there. I was waiting for it too. I like this. The one thing I love about podcasts: a small comment can lead to an entire segment. Damn right, buddy.
Man, his other comment above, anyone remember Taj Boyd? Yeah, I remember how good he was at Clemson and how awful he was in the NFL.
So 2020. Sorry,
you're good. No, you're good.
Okay, Joe Burrow, Tua, Hubert, Jesus.
Yeah.
Herbert and Love. So
Yeah.
I would say you got Burrow, obviously elite. Tua is in the
Herbert's
middle.
elite.
Herbert's elite, and
Yeah.
Jordan Love is in the middle.
I put
And
Tua in
just,
the middle.
Again, just to note,
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts 53 overall in the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
That's
second
in
round. Yeah.
there.
Now,
And then-
2021,
Yeah,
you've got Lawrence, Fields, Wilson,
So, T-Law.
Lance, and Mac Jones.
Okay, hold on.
Why did I pull it up if you have them all fucking memorized?
Well, that was last year.
So
Yeah.
T-Law. So T-Law is in elite. And then what was the other
T-Law.
ones you said?
Zach Wilson,
He's
So
a bust.
So
Bust.
Zach Wilson bust.
Bust.
Trey Lance,
Lance,
middle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Justin Fields.
I
Mac
think
Jones,
Fields is
middle.
Mac Jones is middle.
Yeah.
And then what about
Field,
I think Fields is middle. You can't
And
put him
Mac.
elite yet.
He had one good year. Yeah, it's hard. Like,
one good year, one bad year.
and then
Yeah,
Pickett.
like
Pickett's
So-
this year.
Pickett's in the middle, yeah.
As I said, 60, 40.
It's for the last 5 years.
We got-
because about half of it's up top.
Well, no, I'm just saying if we're talking elite to bust is what I was saying in comparison to
Yeah, but
elite
then you
to
got to
bust.
include the entirety of quarterbacks.
True, but then the percentage would just come down because these would not technically matter in the elite to bust category because they're just the mid grade, right?
Yeah, but if you're talking drafting
They're not
a
a-
quarterback
no,
though,
that's
and
not
60%
necessarily-
good, 40% bust, then you just
and Andrew,
you're
those
saying the
middle
quarterbacks
guys,
are either elite or bust. Then you
those
got to
middle guys aren't necessarily mid-grade quarterbacks. They're quarterbacks that we don't know.
Also
Yeah.
true.
Right?
So that's
It's like
why
we don't know if Jordan Love's going to be
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
elite or
6,
not.
7.
Tua,
So
we don't know if he's ever going to play again.
we got eight here.
He's still in concussion protocol after a month.
been a
He's
month.
not doing any of the pro bullshit.
So we got 8 in the
I
middle.
personally
we got 7
think-
elite. And we got 5 bust.
I honestly like I.
So
I
7
would put
out of 20.
Daniel Jones and bust personally.
So that's 35%. And then the middle is 40, and then the bust is what? That would be
Was it 4 of them?
25.
5 of them? 5?
25%, yeah.
That's why I said if you
Like 20%.
like if you had just taken this out to just do elite versus bust, if you add those percentages, it would have been about 60-40.
Then it's 55-45, yeah.
That's basically what I was saying in comparison of that. Yeah. So and look at that. Yes, we did a whole segment on that because next year that could actually change. We could think of Daniel Jones as really good kind of thing, and we put him in the middle, and then he could be a bust again next year.
And Ash.
Well, what's funny is if you go back one more year, I think every single quarterback that year is a bust. You just picked you picked
Goff
the
and Wentz, yeah.
You picked the Mahomes year to because he's elite and then went forward. So you picked a great year to start. Like you literally go back one more year
Let's go
and
back
it's
one
more
more year.
50-50 than you think.
Which
Is
one was
Goff
2016?
and Wentz.
Bust.
Yeah.
So why isn't Detroit taking a quarterback in the
No,
first
because-
round then?
No, it's not
Because
he's not
he
elite.
was a bust in that situation with the LA Rams. We've seen
Okay, I see.
so
Was
many
Jared,
people
is
be
Jared
bust
Goff a
with
number
them.
1 overall quarterback still? Not a chance. He's still
No.
a good quarterback, not number 1 overall.
He's
you
in that
got
11 to
Goff.
15 range of quarterbacks.
and
You
the
can get a
biggest-
lot worse than you can better.
And you know who else was drafted in the first round 2016? To guess, playing for the Saskatchewan Roughriders of the CFL now, Paxton Lynch.
Oh, that's right.
Busted up.
26th overall to the Denver Broncos.
And a half.
That we knew that was a bust that day though. When they drafted Paxton Lynch, even the people doing the draft were like,
The
what?
fans being
Like everybody in the building was like, "What the fuck?" Mel Kiper shit his pants.
Well, I mean,
like it
we
was
all
like, this is fucked
forgot
up.
he was an NFL player. Like these guys forgot Houston was.
The only
team,
reason I
so-
know he's a football player is because he plays for my football team, my
He was on the-
Canadian football team.
He was
I
on
like-
the Steelers practice squad for a few years.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like Jones is a product of good coaching, dude. Trips over
Could you
air.
imagine?
Daniel Jones.
Suck.
Yeah.
Could
I'll
could
give
you
these
imagine in
situations.
2016 being the Denver Broncos taking Paxton Lynch? Meanwhile, the Cowboys take their franchise quarterback in the 4th round. Yikes!
Hold on, who is
Do
Ash
we
saying is not
know?
good?
I don't know, but do we know Max a bust? Because I mean,
No.
Matt Patricia was his fucking offensive coordinator.
Listen, I'm not the biggest Mac Jones
Fucker
fan,
uses a pencil for a laminated sheet.
but yeah, listen,
Your old
you can't.
coach.
That's like
Yeah, I'm not fucking happy about that.
Hey, in 2 years, if I have to bet what category he's in, I'm going bust.
For
I
Mac
agree.
Jones?
So I don't.
Mac
Yeah.
Jones.
I don't think Mac Jones will ever be elite.
Oh, boy.
I think Max going
But
bust. I think Daniel
I
Jones
don't
goes
think he's
bust.
necessarily a bust. I think he's just going to be
I
that
think
middle of
Fields
the
goes
road,
elite.
average, like can get it done kind of quarterback.
Pickett
But he's
goes
not
elite.
going to be. He's not going to go into elite.
I'll
Yeah,
lean
like,
with you there. I think
Here's a quick fun one then for all of us. Out of the, well, I said 5, but out of the 4 projected quarterbacks going in the first round this year, how many do you think will be elite and how many do you think will be busts?
I think it's more likely it's 1 elite 3 bust than it is anything else, but I'll give you 2-2.
Who do you think would be the 2 and 2
That's the hard part. I personally would take Levis and Stroud
to be your
the elite ones, and then Young and Richardson to be the busts.
I would agree.
Based on the situation, like I'm just going based off my mock draft. I think Levis to Indianapolis and Young to Vegas are my 2 elites. Stroud in Houston and Richardson in Carolina are my busts.
See, I have Young in Houston and Richardson in Carolina as busts.
Yeah.
And Stroud in Seattle.
Whole, Richardson would be the betting favorite to be a bust out of the.
Yes, he would.
100%.
Yeah.
Like
And
fucking Tanner McKee.
Ash, as your husband would say, stop it.
Well, no, because you guys said if Mac can't be an elite because of Patricia, she said Pickett then is elite because he had to put him in Canada.
You don't know. We're saying you don't know that he's elite because of
that's why they're.
I am saying I don't think Mac Jones will ever be elite. I don't think he's necessarily a bust though. Personally,
and me personally, I would actually throw Tua. I would throw Tua more in the elite category, respectively, just from a couple of those games, more so than Lamar. And that's just me. Yes, I know Lamar's had some great games.
The only reason Lamar, in my opinion, is even in that elite conversation is because you can't take away that MVP from him. He's a terrible quarterback.
He won MVP.
He is a terrible quarterback.
He is a terrible quarterback.
Great running back. Fantastic
great runner. That the agility on that fucking kid is insane.
I love how everybody's come to the dark side of Lamar.
I've never liked Lamar.
You're in his division though. That's like
I've been screaming this for 2 years. I'm just glad everybody's
it's a fucking Ravens player. Of course you have. Even if he was elite, you're gonna be like, this guy fucking sucks.
Hey, I don't say Joe Burrow sucks.
Yeah, but it's not the Ravens. That's different.
The Bengals are my division.
Well, and
it's not your main rival.
You quite literally can't. You can't say Joe Burrow sucks because you just get laughed out of the fucking room. Yeah. Like there's just no ammunition there. Whereas like Lamar Jackson, he has his MVP because he ran a lot. He scored a lot of points.
And Justin
still not a good runner. Still not a good quarterback.
Justin Fields may take his stats that he had for that MVP season and just absolutely like run with it probably next season. And that
also throw for a hell of a lot more yards.
And I was going to say
I think Justin Fields is a better quarterback.
1,000%.
Yeah.
You go the highlight package that is trending on Twitter right now about Justin Fields that was made by a fan, and the fan was basically just says lol to people who think that Justin Fields can't throw. Here's his top 10, and
he's got no one to throw to.
And the one pass that he did in college from the 12-yard line to the literal end zone
game against Clemson. Yep.
That's when I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Which, like we established earlier in the show, happens all the time in the NFL.
Yes. 1,000%. And that's why he's running the ball.
Sorry, Andrew. I like Justin Fields a lot.
Yes, and if someone was like, is going to take 3 first-round picks.
I hate that he's in Chicago.
Lamar Jackson is quite honestly the exact polar opposite of Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger had the arm strength. He could play. He was a good quarterback. He moves like a fucking tree, though. Sid, don't deny it. The guy's got the agility of a fucking tree. I've seen that video of training camp where he's bopping the pads off to the side with the football.
Early on, you're right.
Not even a tree, a fucking tree stump.
But the thing is, nobody can tackle a tree stump.
No. Hey, I'm not disrespecting Ben Roethlisberger. I'm just saying he has the agility of a tree. Then you got Lamar Jackson. He can't throw a football, but man, can he move.
I wanted to turn around and be like,
fucking he runs. Holy shit.
Rushing touchdowns than Kyler Murray. And I stopped myself because I'm like, he may actually not. Like, I should probably search.
What were you going to say? Sorry?
Just because of longevity, of course, right? I was like, Ben Roethlisberger's got more rushing TDs than Kyler Murray, but then I was like, I don't know if that.
Chris, you look up Kyler Murray, I'll look up Sid. No, I mean,
Yeah, because now I actually
Ben.
do want to know that.
I'm curious, but I doubt it.
I doubt it too. I think Kyler's probably
The
got a
only
buyout
possible way is because we literally never run the quarterback sneak, and like that guy's a fucking. I would run the quarterback sneak with Brendan Roethlisberger. He'd push everyone.
Yeah.
He's the size of the D lineman. He'd be like,
dude,
"Move, sir, thank you."
Some of my favorite Ben memories are literally him being hit by the D tackle or D end and him just shrugging them off and then throwing a bomb.
No, listen, I wasn't trying to disrespect Ben.
No,
I'm just saying
you're not
he's
wrong.
got the
You're the-
agility of a fucking tree.
I
has
think Kyler's
been-
gonna have to beat.
Do you think Kyler's got to beat? How many does Ben have?
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Ben has 20.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
in
more
3
than I thought.
In 3
Close.
years, Kyler Murray has 69 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
is that right?
Nope, that's high
not
school.
right.
That's high school.
I was like 69, like 20 rushing touchdowns a season. No way.
Wait a second. I was like, wait, hold the fuck on. Wait, yeah. Why did I not?
Yeah, I was-
I should have.
thinking
I was
Oklahoma,
reading.
that's
I
what I
don't
was-
like the way Wikipedia is set up. Okay.
Okay,
So,
here, I
He has 23 rushing touchdowns in this.
Oh,
He's got more than
still
that.
Yeah.
See, and that would have been a good question.
And that was
to have.
but mind you, that's with 2 shortened seasons due to injury as well.
Mind you, he also is a running quarterback, and Ben is
Yeah,
700
well, for
pounds.
sure.
No, I don't. And
I don't even know why we had this
There's,
conversation.
there's
There
a
was
reason Roethlisberger's nickname is Big Ben.
yeah. Yeah, this was never like as soon as Andrew said that, I was like, there's no chance, dude.
There's also one touchdown in the playoffs that is very controversial that Big Ben had rushed in. Just
Yeah.
saying. So
But no, my favorite like training camp video of all time from any team in the world is the one with the Steelers, where like the backup quarterback, he's literally like dodging the pass, he's doing the drill properly. There's
Bruce
Ben, he kind of
Gronkowski.
tried and then gave up. He's like, "Fuck this shit," and he's just like hitting the pads away with the ball.
Yeah.
I was like, "This is the greatest video to face the earth of a training camp."
Well,
Like,
and that's the epitome
it's
of like,
just like-
what are they going to do? Fire
And at
me?
that
Like,
point too, like you were so
Yeah.
late in Ben's career. It's like, what are you
When
gonna
you
get
have-
mad at him? He won Super Bowls. He's an all-time like one of the all-time greats. You're not gonna tell him like, Ben, you got to do this
He's
drill.
top
gonna
5
be like,
in passing yards.
he's gonna be like, "No, buddy. Like I ain't doing this fucking drill."
that wait, hold on. So he's top 5 in passing yards, and isn't
he's
Terry
fifth, yeah.
Terry Bradshaw still in the top 10?
No. Oh, top 10 maybe.
Because
I
I
know
was
top 5 is Brady,
NFL
Breeze,
all
Favre,
I do know-
Manning, and Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
I know Ben has more 500-yard passing games than anybody in history.
yes,
Yeah.
and those
who were
I
you
would
asking about?
Terry
Brad-
Bradshaw.
Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw.
I don't think so. He didn't throw a lot in
No.
the 70s. And they only played 12 games.
Oh, okay.
I don't even see Bradshaw in the top 20.
Okay, then
Yeah,
yeah.
it wasn't a lot of
You got
staff.
Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Dan Marino, Aaron Rodgers, and Eli Manning in the top 10.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys now that
Yeah.
that list got brought up, because here we go, sidetrack. Ready?
Yeah.
Shoot. I love
Eli-
sidetracks.
Eli
These are
Manning
best
to the Hall?
conversations.
Dude,
Not a
I was
chance.
literally just gonna actually say that too, and I was
So
gonna say
the
yes.
reason I say not a chance, I say no, and I use him as the biggest reason why Matt Stafford also doesn't go to the Hall, because if Eli gets in, then Matt goes in.
his head.
No, but it's like
No, I literally okay, and that was bad timing. But I just looked at the all-time passing list and then looked up. That was bad timing.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm just saying, because if you think that Matt Stafford can go in, then you also have to put Eli in there.
No,
Yes.
I don't.
How you
Because
not?
no,
Because
because
more rings.
Stafford's numbers as a quarterback are superior to Eli Manning.
They're actually not. Eli Manning's above him all-time passing.
He's played longer. And so
Oh.
yards, yes. Let me get touchdown to interception ratio. Let me get overall touchdowns. Let me get the top 2 wide
Personally,
receivers.
okay, you want
Let
my
me talk. Let me talk. The top 2 wide receivers all-time seasons are both thrown by Matthew Stafford. The
You have to
best
win-
that
you
I
have
don't
to-
try
and-
to argue this.
as a
second best
quarterback,
overall wide receiver.
you need to win an NFL MVP to make the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
That's fair debate, but that doesn't compare him to Eli Manning.
But
No,
then are you
I'm
gonna
just
pull out- are
saying.
you gonna
What?
remove
No,
every quarterback that didn't win an MVP?
Sid, what I'm saying is, if Matt Stafford gets in, then you can't say Eli shouldn't be in, because Eli's
Here-
credentials are equally as good. He has 2 Super Bowls. He has, I know the Pro Bowl doesn't matter, but he has more Pro Bowl appearances. He has like all these different, like his statistics per se, but his resume is equally as good. So if you don't put Eli in, then if you put Matt in, then you have to put Eli in.
Here's to rebuttal your MVP talk. Ben never won an MVP. You're going to tell me
Okay.
Ben Roethlisberger's not a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yes. No, I'm just sorry.
Okay, but that again,
I'm just playing. I'm
different
just playing.
strokes. Different strokes. He's won. How many Super Bowls? How many Super Bowls did he win?
2, same as Eli.
Okay. How many times did he lead the league in passing?
I don't think he ever did.
I think
He might have once because
I think he did once.
Matt
He has a
Stafford's
5,000
never.
yard season.
From what I remember,
Okay, now hold on.
never led the
Stafford
league in
has,
passing.
Hold
Has he
on.
led the league in passing?
Now hold on.
Stafford hasn't
Ben?
led the league in passing. He
No.
had his 5,000 yard season the same year that Breeze broke Marino's
Did
record.
And he
Ben-
needed the most star-studded offense and defense I've seen in a long time in a Super Bowl
Did
to win.
Ben win Super Bowl MVP?
No.
Eli
Antonio
won
Holmes
two.
won it, and Hines Ward.
And Hines Ward won. Yep.
I'm just not trying to throw like any like
Yeah,
shade at
he
anybody
didn't.
here.
Like,
I'm just throwing like a couple of accolades out there. So Eli's got 2 Super Bowl MVPs. He's got the 2 Super Bowl champs. He's got the Walter Payton Man of the Year and 4 Pro Bowls. And I'm just looking to see if there's any like he's got a second team All-American. That's basically about it. Whereas
By the way,
compared to
Sid.
Ben, I was getting the Ben's here too.
I have the touchdown to interception ratios for Stafford and Eli.
what is that? Curious.
So Eli's 1.5 touchdowns to interceptions. Stafford is 1.97.
It's a big difference.
Now, so in comparison, for a couple like for conversation's sake here too, Big Ben is 2 Super Bowl champ, NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2004, 6-time Pro Bowler, and 2-time passing yards leader, which helps when you have a couple of 500 2-time. You got a lot of 500-yard passing. But I mean, this is like
he also has back-to-back games with 6 passing touchdowns. The only quarterback to ever do that.
Yeah.
I was at one of them.
Matt, and then of
like,
course,
I guess
on the other side is Eli also beat say an
undefeated Patriots.
Yeah,
That's literally his claim to fame, those 2 Super Bowl rings, in my opinion.
And his last name.
and the Super Bowl MVPs that came with them.
If his last name wasn't Manning, we're not having this conversation, I don't think.
Oh, no.
And the Manningham catch. That's just me. I love the Manningham catch.
I don't think
the
either
helmet
of
But that's
those
the
are gonna-
Manningham.
to
No,
go to
it's David
Sid's point
Tyree. The
about
Manningham wants the
MVP
second
thing.
on the
Like,
sideline. Yeah.
there
That's
is
that, like,
situations where you
it's-
wouldn't win an MVP and get into the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. But like I don't mean that as like the measuring stick, but like for guys like that are like on the lower end of that stat, lower end of like they have 1 Super Bowl or even 2. One of them to me would have had to win an MVP to even get consideration. Both of them.
If you're gonna finish top 10 in every category, you're in.
I don't think it's that simple.
Dan Marino.
Statistically, you're one of the 10
0
best quarterbacks
Super
of all
Bowls.
time. Yeah, Marino has 0 Super Bowls.
So like you can't
So does
just
he
say
not
because
get
he
in?
won 2 Super Bowls, he's in.
Now, here's another, like, just again, throwing it out there. Ben has most career perfect passer rating games with 4, tied with Peyton Manning. He's also got, where was it here? His passer rating is 93.5, whereas Manning's is 84.1. Now,
What's Stafford's? I feel like those
For
are
what,
the 3
sorry?
passer
Okay.
rating.
Just to throw that in there.
His
quick.
career passer rating
Yeah.
is 90.9.
Okay.
So far better against Eli's than again, right?
So now a couple other say for Eli here. The most passing yards in a single postseason goes to Eli Manning with 1,219. He also owns the longest touchdown with 99 yards.
Well, you'd think with how common that is, more people would have that record.
The yardage between them is, say, like significant, respectively, because it's 7,000 and about another 50-ish touchdowns.
For Eli and Stafford?
No, for Ben compared to Eli. I got Eli and
I think
Ben
Ben
here.
played 2 seasons longer.
Ben played 2 more years, yeah.
So that makes about sense.
Okay, so good. And then, of course, Ben was picked number 11 in the same draft with Eli, and Eli went
Got
number
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And then
I mean, good arguments across both. I mean, I think both of them should be in.
I agree.
personally.
So I think Ben's in. I think that's
Ben's
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 no
in.
brainer.
That's not
right.
a-
And then I think it's the question is Eli and Stafford. I think Stafford should be in over Eli, but I also think
If you're choosing one or the other, it's Stafford.
I think it's Stafford over Eli and Phillip Rivers. There's a lot of talk about Phillip Rivers being in the Hall of Fame
Rivers,
too.
not Hall of Fame.
Because look at his all-time numbers and how long. Look at Andrew. See, Andrew thinks he should be in. Right? Andrew looks like by that face.
I'm on the fence about Phillip Rivers.
I don't.
Not at all.
His last season with his season with the Colts really hindered that, in my opinion. But
Sean literally just said, "What about Phillip Rivers?"
If he stayed with the Chargers his entire career, and if he fucking would have gotten over that hump, the third last season or whatever, that MVP season he was having, and he lost to Brady, I think it was. Oh, if he would have
in 07, yeah.
Was it 07 or what? Yeah.
Where he played with the torn ACL in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Yes, and he was
where LaDainian Tomlinson sat out with a torn ACL.
that fucking close to it. So that's why I love Phillip. And plus, you can't have that type of fucking throwing motion and still put up that many yards. The guy is literally slowing the football down as he's throwing it to try and get more yards. Like
Rivers has a 2.01 touchdown interception ratio.
So better than all three.
Yeah.
Or I guess we didn't ask what was Ben's
for
touchdown to interception ratio.
I will find that. Rivers' career passer rating, 95.2. Also a fair bit higher than all of them.
Yeah.
That's it. That's crazy. Interesting.
And Phillip was just behind Ben on the list of all-time passing yards too.
Yards.
Yeah.
He just never won anything.
I rooted for him so hard too, man. Like I really wanted him back in the day when the Chargers had that dark blue and that little bit of yellow and the white kind of like making their jerseys like stand out, and LT there too. They should have won a fucking Super Bowl, man. Which, by the way, look at all of us talking about old school football here a little bit. Like some of those old guys that we grew up with.
I hate that we're talking old school and it's guys drafted in 2004. Like
I do agree with that.
So, hey, listen to this. So Ash is a first grade teacher. One of her kids, because I can't remember what they were talking about, but she was like, that's an old video. It was made a while ago. And the kid goes, what, was it like made in the 90s?
Oh,
that hurts.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
fucking hurts. I don't like that one at all. I don't like that. Fuck that
Ben's
kid.
passer rating, QBR, 93.5.
Just below Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, but higher than
his passer rating.
Yeah.
93.5.
What about
Eli's
interception ratio?
84-1 or 84.1 for Eli.
Eli. This is just so much lower. I mean, 11 points lower than Phillip Rivers.
So here's
massive.
I guess if Eli doesn't get in, it's because of the regular season accolades don't match up to what he's done in the postseason. Like he is just a completely different animal in the postseason compared to the regular season. I think he's only had maybe one or two good regular seasons, kind of like Joe Flacco did back in the day, and then they just show up in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's an accurate one. If Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer, Joe Flacco's a Hall of Famer. That's
because I'm literally looking right now at the best season that he had. It was 2011. Where he had 4,900 yards and only 29 touchdowns to 16 interceptions. So
Sid. Touchdown interception ratio for Ben, 1.98. So 0.01 higher than Stafford and quite a bit higher than Eli. Yeah.
It's just insane that because we all are like, Ben right off the bat. But then you look at some of these numbers comparatively, it's just like Eli, if there was a postseason Hall of Fame, Eli should be almost like the head of it kind of thing.
Oh, Eli, if it was postseason, Eli gets in, no problem.
I'm going to put it this way. If there's a debate at all that whether or not you deserve to go into the Hall of Fame, then you don't deserve to go in the Hall of Fame. Plain and simple.
I also agree
Tom,
with that.
you ask the average NFL fan,
Also
does Big
agree
Ben
with
get in the Hall of Fame? The answer is yes.
Yes.
99% of people say yes. You ask the average NFL fan if Eli Manning gets in, that's 50-50. You ask the average NFL fan if Matt Stafford gets in, it's 50-50. I'm telling you, if
60, 40, 70, 30.
even
but
doesn't.
even still,
What I'm
yes.
saying is, unless you're like 99% of people, and I think honestly 100% of people are going to say Ben Roethlisberger's in, but like if there is any debate at all, then you don't deserve to get in. It's that to me. It's that plain and simple.
I like how Nicole. I just saw it pop up. I'm just going to replace when you say Eli with Drew Brees.
Well, no, because Drew Brees absolutely gets in.
Yes, I hate
without
Drew
question.
Brees and the New Orleans Saints, but they still get it.
You know my biggest knock on why Eli doesn't deserve in? His regular season all-time record, like win-loss record, is 198 and 198. He is a 500 quarterback.
One is I was just looking. It says 117, 117.
Hold on, did anybody
whatever
here?
it was?
Did any of us are we all arguing
Eddie.
the same point? Did any of us even say that Eli deserved to get in?
You said Eli deserves it over Stafford. I think Stafford deserves it.
I said he should get in, but now having this conversation with everybody,
I'm using the same measuring stick. Like I'm just like if Matt Stafford's gonna have to get in, and so is Eli.
And now, actually, to what Sid just said about that, with regards to Eli's record, they made sure he won that last game. And if I'm not mistaken, they only put him in for like a few minutes to start that game and then pulled him. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe something like that happened. So they did make sure that he
they did
got
him
that
dirty
record.
though and ended his Iron Man streak or whatever, his most consecutive starts record.
Geno Smith.
Yeah.
They started over him.
What was that coach's name again? That was
Ben McAdoo, the offensive coordinator for Carolina.
Nerdiest haircut.
Yeah.
And he was like
the
and like whether or not you
McCarthy
believe Eli Manning's a Hall of
time.
Famer, which like again I don't think any of us do actually believe that, but whether or not you do, that's still a dirty way to put out a guy who's like been in the league a long time, highly respected, like still one of the like higher up quarterbacks in NFL history. Like you just did him dirty for no reason. What was the point?
At the same time, when you look at the Giants, after Lawrence Taylor, is anybody more like known than Eli Manning?
I mean,
like in the
David
history of the New
Tyree
York
for all
Giants,
the wrong reasons, but
Victor Cruz
is more known than Eli Manning.
No. I'm just saying, like if we're talking, I'm just throwing names of like Giants, because you do make a good point. It's just like those two names, and then it's just like fuck, then it's like Victor Cruz, really, and like some of the highlight guys.
That's what he's getting.
Well, Michael Strahan.
Oh yeah,
yes, that's
but
right.
I still think Eli Manning's more well known than Strahan. Like, just across the average football fan.
So that right there is literally, I think, more based dependent on how closely you follow football. Because if you watch because he was on NFL, or he is on NFL Network. Like if you watch those kind of things every day, then you like know who Michael Strahan is. But if you don't, then you're gonna remember Eli Manning.
But then do you know him as the guy that's talking football, or
no? I know, but on the screen every day it says played for the New York Giants X year to X year. Like so,
you got a little too much. You don't have enough gap there.
Yeah.
Throw the black lid there. That's a little more accurate. Yeah.
Whoa. Let's not do no.
Hey, the gap. That's all.
I know. But then I'm gonna get some like.
Oh no. Well, you don't put it that high, Hitler.
Hey, he's got the London look. He's got the London look. Leave him alone.
The London look.
The London look.
Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we went a little bit longer tonight. Even my fiance has popped in a couple times, been like, the fuck. But still got one more segment that I wanted to talk about here. I actually didn't even really talk to these guys about it.
I was gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. We nothing.
These guys are all being voluntold into this through, their, I would say fearless leader, but depends on the day. 25 on it is the brand new segment.
Andrew's the kind of guy who gets scared of his own shadow.
I mean, shit, it kind of looks like a big dick right now. So, I'm kind of, that looks funny now.
What's happening?
You shouldn't make that motion with your head going off camera.
Anyway, so we're doing this thing called 25 on it. 25 on it. So I have figured out, respectively, of course, I'm not an expert or anything like that, as you can see, but when it comes to making a little bit of money when you have a little bit of money, everybody has about $5 to spend a day. And if you don't, that's okay. But if you're one of those people that has $5 to spend a day, a cup of coffee, some vending machine snacks, maybe a Starbucks if you're going and, spending a little bit extra. And even that nowadays is a little bit more than $5. So 25 on it is basically going Monday to Friday on the group page at NSD. What we're doing is we're taking $5, my money, and their money too. All of our monies. $5.
Chris's face.
$5.
When did we get married?
I mean,
missed
you
that?
guys.
Because that would be the only way somebody else would be spending my money.
That's also fair. That's fair. $5 a day of my money, not these guys. Maybe a little bit. $5 a day. What we do is we throw one parlay and 2 bets. Now, you can throw the whole $5 up on a parlay if you like it. But what I'm going to be doing is taking one parlay and possibly 2, 3 single bets a day, depending if you put $1, $2 on it, single dollar, $3, whatever. And we're going to try and win some money here together. And what we've actually been doing, or what I've been doing on the page, is been throwing up the parlays that have been winning all week. 4 for 5 on the week for these parlays, with the highest one being a plus 457. And the best part is it's not a huge legged parlay. And the problem is sometimes people go with like the 9, 10, 11 leg parlays. And don't get me wrong, those are always fun, especially when they fucking hit. And it's $1.70 you put on and you just won yourself a trip to Mexico with $3,000 in your account. That's always fun. But it's always better, in my opinion, when you can go into a week with, say, $25, count that out into 5 when you don't actually have that much money, and you can see the returns coming in. You hit these parlays at plus 215. You hit the next one at a plus 393. Then we come back down to a plus 253 again. And then we find another one at plus 457, which we hit the other day. Hockey is finally starting to get in there. We got Chris. We got Alex, who are all diehard hockey fans. We got the #1 scout for the Arizona Coyotes here.
Yeah, we're getting that dude Conrad Bedard.
Speaking of Connor, did you guys watch that TikTok I sent? Because that coach tip, you guys fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh yeah.
Such a good Twitter account. We don't want Bedard in our division. That was a good loss, boys. We don't want Bedard in our. Are you kidding me? Let the Habs win. Oh, I died, man.
Yeah, because it's like Bedard's gonna be fun, but
not as good as Connor, but it'd be all right.
It's a little bit of Edmonton bias.
Is Connor going to be better than Connor?
I say he is.
Exactly. It's a trap. It's a trap, Chris.
But you know what? When you say Connor, I don't think Bedard.
Not yet.
Won't ever, buddy.
Buddy, if he goes to the Red
Wings.
Wings.
Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Right here. Go ahead. You don't fucking know.
No, don't.
That was more uncoordinated than Bedard skating.
I mean, that would be funny if it were true, but...
Ash, I thought we were going to get it through a whole show without hockey, but here we are.
Here we are. See, actually, hockey...
I told Ash the other day, I try not to talk about hockey, but Andrew says some dumb shit, and I got to make sure I get my comment in there.
What do I say?
Bedard's going to be better than McDavid.
How is that? Now,
you literally did just
respectively, I will say this. There's a couple teams that he goes to that if he does get drafted there, fucking gone. But if he does get drafted to, say, Montreal with the rest of that fucking young squad that they got there, that's a problem. That kid for some
Now, where does he go in 3 years?
I didn't say Bedard was going to suck. I said he's not going to be better than McDavid. Did you see McDavid bowed out of the fastest skater this year so somebody else could have an opportunity?
Ooh, he's fast. And he puts up good highlights. Congratulations. And when they need to win games, he needs Draisaitl. I get it. He absolutely needs somebody that's on par with him.
The guy who leads the league in assists and goals.
But listen, I will give you the respect that you deserve that you're not the Toronto Maple Leafs where you need 2 fucking lines and you still can't get past the first line or the first round. So I will give you that. You're not the Maple Leafs, but you're almost as bad. Anyway, $5 a day. I was just waiting to get yelled at for that one. He knows it's a joke.
I'm processing.
I'm not that bad.
Processing.
$5.
He's building the argument to absolutely annihilate you here. That's what he's doing.
I'm more or less trying to say, like, this is a football
he's
show.
gonna about to go hard
show.
on the Red
This
Wings and shit like that. We all know. Or he's gonna try on the Kraken again.
This is
to
a
lead the
football
Pacific.
show.
So,
In between the 2 games on Sunday, you're just gonna get this fucking long message in the group chat.
You know what, Ginger? Fuck you.
No,
all right.
It'll be at like 3:00 in the morning when I can't sleep. Just pop off
because you had McDonald's and you were thinking about me again.
Every time now, dude. Literally, I'm like, how does Andrew live without this?
Hey guys, can you guys tell me where I can find a fuck to give about hockey?
Oh, good one.
I would say in that arena that you guys have in Arizona, but
no one in Arizona gives a fuck. Like I said in the group chat this week, no one gives a fuck there. Ice doesn't naturally occur in Arizona. They don't give a shit.
Sid could literally go to a corner store or something like that, buy us an
buy the Phoenix
NHL.
Coyotes?
Well, he could buy us an authentic NHL Phoenix Coyotes jersey and send it to us for literally 95% cheaper the cost of getting that same fucking jersey off NHL.ca. So, Sid, could you do us a favor?
If you want to see something, we're not getting into this, but if you want to see something egregious, look at what I tweeted today that the Oilers are selling.
I saw that.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you.
Anyway.
But 25 on it, ladies and gentlemen. $5 a day. We're going to be posting them up Monday to Friday. Friday nights when we get on here, we're going to be talking about our profits. And as a commingled group, we'll see if we'll take any of those profits and go through the weekend. Football's dying out, but we will take some weekend bets with basketball, some hockey. Baseball will be starting up. I love the first 5 betting lines. Those are fun. They make a lot of money. And NASCAR. Oh, I love NASCAR betting. It's my favorite. So 25 on it. Keep an eye on the page, the group, on Facebook. We are going to be on there posting. The guys might post a couple of their picks if they got any and stuff like that. They are not forced to yet, but we will get everybody's picks eventually once everybody starts, getting around on it. So we want to start.
Speaking of gambling, and since we were talking about the draft, you can get Will Levis at plus 1,000 to be the first overall pick.
I can't get any betting or any draft.
Yeah, we can't get nothing in Canada, and I'm waiting.
Yeah, me too.
Because we made a lot of money last year off Houston taking Stingley at number 3. I woke up that morning and saw that line change, and I'm like, drop that fucking money on there now. And, that payout was so dirty. Oh, that was so nice. I want that to happen again. Houston.
I wish I would have bet on all 4 of those first picks. I had them down pat.
That's true. That you did.
And then 3 the rest of the first round. But
yeah, I'm all right. All right. Okay, I only got 6. Fuck off. Like I was trying to say earlier, we'll be tied, and then all of a sudden it'll be like the 27th pick. Buffalo selects blah and blah, and he'd be like, "Oh shit, I had that." I'd be like,
"Yeah,
cool." So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we almost did a 3-hour show.
Damn,
it's been a while.
What happens when you skip a week?
I know. Yeah. I had some. I don't want to say it too loud; it's just gonna hit me. I had some things that I had to do.
I mean, I wasn't available last week either, so it wasn't like I could have done it if.
No, literally, the only person that was available was me, and then
I was all of a sudden like I got out of my shit way earlier than I thought, and I was like, oh, there's no show. Okay.
Well, I remember I was already hammered by this point, but I saw Chris's message of like, we got a show.
I was like, good job,
Nobody
guys.
Answered.
At 7:30. Great show, gentlemen. Right on.
Great content today, guys.
Yeah,
never would have figured.
Stellar.
I was hammered by that point, and I saw that. I was like, that is great.
Shout out to everybody in the comment section tonight. You all keep this show obviously afloat. Remember to drop a like on the live that you see here going on the group. Make sure to go follow the group, go like the page, go fucking subscribe on YouTube, go do all that kind of stuff because we are having huge ass duck races going on here in about 3 weeks time. Maybe 4 weeks. We'll figure out the exact date this weekend of when we're doing all the giveaways and what is exactly being given away in those giveaways. One of them is the big fat pack. And I can tell you right now, I don't mean to brag, but I can actually feel it, and it feels like there's a booklet in here.
Hey, out of curiosity, are you like gonna swing by my house like you've been saying you're gonna for the last 3 weeks?
I actually have been waiting to do this on live. I've been waiting to pull his out and just start ripping the fuck out of every Cardinal like this one here. Look at this beautiful.
Chris has some in there. Alex has some in there.
This is actually right there. Yeah. Actually, yeah. So we got. I forgot. I keep forgetting to bring Alex's too. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What the hell? I see you.
And he works. You see him every day.
Yeah. These are all.
And he goes home at lunch, so multiple times.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, Andrews are in my truck.
opportunities.
Andrews are in my truck. I keep bringing him with me in the event that he is available to.
Well, I'm gonna be playing Warzone this weekend, inevitably.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you had a new headset?
Yeah, it would. It would be absolutely crazy if I had a new headset that would help me fucking win a match.
It's almost like I have one also sitting in my truck for you.
I also have a Cardinals hat sitting on actually the old.
Is it as swag as this one though?
That hat is dope.
I love these hats, bro. The hats this year around the league are pretty fire. Like the Bills hat, that's like I know you can't really tell in the video, but it's got like that kind of tie-dye effect, but it's all black and white. But the Bills one like that's actually
watercolor.
pretty nuts. Yeah, watercolor.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I meant. Yeah,
Just
the
love your
hats are
little
pretty
Cardinals.
nuts. The only thing I don't love, I could do without the NFC. Like the
Oh,
NFC,
yeah.
AFC, I could do without that. If it just said
That's like-
Cardinals.
That's like when they do the draft hats all the time. It's like, okay,
I don't
they're
mind that on the
amazing.
side. I don't mind the N on the side. It's the here on the ribbon where it says Cardinals NFC. I could do without the NFC.
Yeah, it's like, could you not?
But I mean,
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Next week, I don't have the exact thing, but we are gonna be. This is the first time they're all hearing about it. We're gonna be playing Sports Jeopardy here pretty soon.
nice.
Let's fucking
Oh, I
go.
can't wait.
dude.
I cannot wait.
Wait, did you guys hear
Hey,
that? We have a new
wait.
segment, and he's gonna tell us about it.
Hey,
Yes,
no
yes.
hockey questions. I put my foot
Okay,
down.
all right, fine. I will keep
All right,
hockey
the next
put my foot down.
next Friday,
all
no hockey talk at all.
What do you
For
mean
Sid's
no
sake.
hockey talk?
For Sid's sake.
So Kyle can't be here.
yeah.
This is to include. This is to make Sid be like, "Fine, I'm gonna turn a hockey game on." And he's gonna sit there and be like, "This is the stupidest thing ever."
No
And
shot.
then two people are gonna
He's
start
in
fighting.
Arizona.
And
Do
he's
they
gonna
even
be like,
put hockey games on TV?
you know, no,
It's not
no,
nationally
no,
They don't
no,
even
no.
put
Yeah.
Coyotes games on TV.
Alex, I don't think college stadiums in like hockey have cameras that are good enough for NFL. So, or
You
NHL,
tell
sorry.
me right now, if Sid became a hockey fan, there is one fucking team that, well, actually, there's two, but there's one team that I know for sure that he'd be like, this is the team that I'm going to cheer for because it would piss everybody off, and they're really, really fucking good. I'm a Boston Bruin fan.
No, he'd be a Steelers. He'd be a Penguins fan.
Yeah, he'd be a Penguins fan for 110%, just to piss us off.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
city,
The
same
best player on the
colors.
team's got the same name as me. How do I not like them?
Oh, Sydney, yeah, shit. I was thinking last it was like Swinton. I don't know any famous Swintons.
I'm like,
Oh, wait a
Penguins.
minute.
Fuck the Penguins.
Yeah, fuck the Penguins. Oilers, I'm not going to.
I ain't got nothing against Penguins.
We have a lot.
I got everything.
Yeah.
I almost hate the Penguins as much as I hate the Leafs.
You know who I am going to become a fan of? The Pittsburgh Maulers. Pretty sure that's their name because
Yeah.
that's the XFL team, and they just switched their colors
Oh.
to black and gold.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. They did. Dude.
I think I've settled on an NBA team.
Can't wait for those leagues to start.
I was
You
talking to
settled
Sid
an
about it the
NBA
other
team?
day.
He's gonna be a
Suns, baby,
Sun.
let's go.
Suns, baby, yeah.
You are going to be Suns,
It's
eh?
going with the Suns, yeah.
My Timberwolves.
I kind of really wanted to go
Look.
with the Mavs, but it felt super bandwagon-y with Luca.
Well,
And
my
the Suns,
my
is
son,
I
my
don't
son,
know, I guess.
too.
I felt more bandwagon-y. Like, I didn't know how good the Suns were doing before I started doing this process, but I knew that Luca was insane.
I've already told everybody that as a Thunder fan, I think it's only fair that when, not if, but when my Supersonics come back, I'm allowed to go back to my team.
Yes, we talked about that. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Who's your team now?
Also, I'd like to just have one sports conversation with the Swinton family where we didn't all argue about the whole thing. Yeah, so this way I can, when I go visit them in Phoenix, I'll be like, but basketball.
Yeah, we're all
What were you saying, Sid?
Who's your basketball team now?
It's the Thunder. What the
Okay.
the Supersonics switched to.
Where
So,
it became.
Yeah.
For sure.
so, but I'm not.
And I plan
I
on
pity
picking
you.
a college team before college starts next year. College.
I'll help you with that. And I won't just
yeah.
tell you Michigan.
Yeah.
Louisville.
I'm not
Be
sure.
Louisville. Louisville Cardinals
No,
fan.
no. I have a few teams in mind.
Who you got?
He's not choosing Gators. Please don't be on the.
No,
Right
not
here,
Gators.
And I swear to God, if you say Seminoles, I'll fucking boot you from NSD. I'll
No,
fucking boot you so quick
no.
from
Like,
NSD.
I mean, it's like I don't know enough about college. Like I was like looking. Like I was like Clemson, Longhorns.
Longhorns, no, buddy. Start. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yes,
Do
Casey would
not
be a
cheer
fan.
for Texas.
Why not?
Okay, first of all, listen. If we're saying no because he's going to be an Arch Manning fan hopper,
No, just
Oh, I
because
didn't
it's
even think of
Texas.
that.
Just
I
because it's
just-
Texas.
Then if that be the case, you want him to
Sam
be.
Ellinger played decently in a bowl game and yelled, "We're back," and they got their ass kicked the next season.
Okay,
No.
but hear me out.
I feel like, okay, do you want to hear why I'm picking the Longhorns?
who-
And all
who the
three, you're
fuck
going to
is-
go, oh.
Sun Devils.
My
Oh,
personality
Arizona
100% fits a Longhorns.
Not the
fan.
shocker team.
I'm sorry, who? Who did you say, Chris?
This is a shocker.
I said the reason I was thinking about the Longhorns is because I personally think that my personality definitely fits a Longhorns fan from Texas.
Or a Sooner fan.
Sooners also was in the mix only because of Kyler, and I won't even deny that.
I
just like
honestly, your personality, like if we're talking college, fans,
I will
just
not.
right on
I
the
will
track.
not go with Ohio State or Michigan. I don't even want to get
No, that's-
involved there.
no.
I know too
You're
many
more
Michigan
self.
fans. First of all, so I don't want to get beat up. Second of all,
Yourself.
I don't give a shit.
You're to me, you're either a Longhorn fan, you're a Sooner fan, or you're an LSU fan. That's
Well,
what I
yeah,
pictured
this
you
one.
as.
So LSU also intriguing just because two of my favorite
Yes.
players did come out of
What is that
LSU.
one?
So like it's like a lot of just like
You don't know, Andrew?
I'm not as well
Alex, do
versed
you
in
know?
college as he is.
I fucking know that. I got a few teams in mind. Who actually is it?
They were in the Natty this year. It's TCU, the Horned Frogs.
Oh, it is the
okay.
Horned
I
Frogs.
was so far off.
That's
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I gotta look. I gotta pay. I gotta. College football is tough for me because I didn't really watch it growing up, so it's like tough for me to pick a team. But I want to pick a team.
See, Sean's got me hooked on the Tar Heels. They're so fun to watch.
What's their
with
quarterback's name?
And then like so
Drake
when
May.
I was
Drake May.
originally when I first wanted to start watching college football and like did start watching college football, but wanted to follow it more and just never really did. I was like all about the Oregon Ducks just because I loved the unis.
the Oregon
Well,
Ducks are
and-
fun, yeah.
Jess, I was gonna leave it alone, but just because Ash said that last comment, if you want to feel like you're watching football from the '70s, be an Iowa Hawkeyes fan.
Oh,
Hey, she didn't know what this was until the national championship when
That's
I did it, and was like,
hilarious.
"Let's go TCU."
That's hilarious.
I actually like Iowa, so that's why I said it.
But yeah, like the Oregon jerseys back like when Chip Kelly was coaching there. Yikes, those were fire.
I like
like bright
underrated teams as well that like I don't mind the Memphis football team because they put out like these utility players every year and they're just fun
You
to
like him
watch.
because of Gainwell.
Well, I do like Gainwell, but there's been a couple other guys on that Memphis team that I'm like, damn.
Antonio Gibson.
San Jose
San State.
is my baby. I love San Jose State.
There's
It made
also
me
a
so
very
much
good
money.
chance that jersey design is a factor in.
Oh, buddy.
What team?
What are
I-
your favorite? What are your favorite colors?
Then you
Yeah.
got to be an Oregon fan.
Yeah, it's not so much
If
colors.
jerseys
I
matter.
like bright colors. Like regardless
Can I
of the color.
introduce you
Oregon.
to San Jose
Oregon
State?
Ducks, dude.
Yeah, well, that was why I previously.
If you're fine cheering for the same team as Alec, then you go for Oregon. Well,
Which is
that's
also
literally-
But I
I
like,
have
but I
no
like
problem with
orange. Like obviously Oilers fan, I like orange, so that's why I was like Clemson and like the Texas is still kind of like it's orange.
Yeah.
Orange,
Burnt
Tennessee.
orange.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Well, Clemson then, because we don't have a Clemson fan, and I don't hate Clemson.
Oh, I can't. I want to be a fan of somebody that you hate for sure.
Oh, then you'd be a fucking Seminole fan
I'm
in a
just
second.
joking. I'm just-
It'd be Seminoles, and it wouldn't even be close.
No, if I wanted to come in here and piss everybody off, I'd 100% be like, yeah, the Ohio State, but I couldn't say that with a straight face.
You
I
want to
couldn't.
piss? You want to piss Alex off? You say Michigan State. You want to piss me
Well,
off? You go with Florida State.
No. Here's back-to-back Big Ten champions. That's all I have to say. The
Oh, wait,
only
Hear
team that-
Natty in that.
The only team that has a better record than us the last 2 years is Georgia. So the other 133 teams or whatever it is in college football can suck it.
Honestly, I'm just saying, be a Louisville
it.
Cardinal fan. That would be kind of cool. Like,
No, because then I have
you
to
get
like
one
Lamar
athletic
Jackson.
quarterback every 5 years.
No, then I have to support Lamar Jackson, and I don't want to do that.
I think like if you became a fan of a college team, and just my opinion, it's got to be not one of those like huge SEC teams or one that has like a huge following. It's kind of one where it's like I'm just trying to think. I had their name there, not LSU, like Virginia Tech or like what's another one?
LSU to Virginia Tech.
What's that?
I'm so confused how you go from LSU to Virginia Tech.
Well, no,
LSU is in the mix because of Patrick Peterson and Tyrann Mathieu. I'm just throwing that out there.
That's also fair. I'm just saying Virginia Tech because of like
purple and gold.
Also, my high school colors, purple and gold.
What's purple and gold? Okay, so then LSU is up there. Yeah.
So that's why.
And they've got one of the best. They've also got one of the best stadiums and atmospheres in college football.
Okay, hold on. Here's an honest question that I don't know, and Alex probably would know. What is the closest college football stadium that we could go to?
Seattle.
Well, are you talking Div 1?
Yes.
Because I was like Div 2 or Div 3, you got Montana right off the bat.
Yeah. And,
would it be Wyoming?
Then we're all Wyoming.
Div 1.
Let's go Wyoming. Let's go Josh Allen's college.
Because by that
baby.
logic, I got to cheer for the fucking Seahawks, and I'm not. I'm not.
Why would you cheer for the Seahawks?
Because I said by that logic, because that would be the closest NFL team to us, no?
I don't know my states, but I think you would.
Yes.
Them and Denver are almost identical.
Either way,
we looked it up.
Either way, not
recently,
cheering for either one of them fucking teams. I already got one shitty team. I don't need another one.
Your team's not shitty. It's had a good history. It just needs its Super Bowl like the Vikings and the Bills do. Every other team can fuck off. They don't need any Super Bowls.
Hey, fuck.
Okay, no, sorry. I thought I said Lions. My apologies. I meant Lions in there too. The Lions before the Vikings. I just want to see my hometown fucking fan base of all those Viking fans finally get something. So, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, you finally got your Friday
I got a couple
show.
friends that are Vikings fans. They can have one eventually.
I got too many of those Viking fans too. But there's a lot of Lion fans that I'm starting to realize are starting to pop out of the woodworks now. We're here.
Yeah, where the fuck were they 5 years ago?
They don't want to say anything.
Where were they in 2008? Because that's the true test. That's the true test of a Lions fan. Where were you in 2008? Who are you cheering for?
Kitna throw passes to Dan Campbell in Honolulu Blue.
What quarterback ran out of the back of the end zone?
Oh no!
Fuck.
Orlowski, you son of a and with that, again, ladies and gentlemen, let's get out of here. I got a half-naked fiance walking around being like, okay, I need attention. I'm sure you guys got people looking for your attention. I know Chris. I was gonna say your dog. Oh, she is asleep.
Snoozing.
You're gonna have to bring her over for grooming here too. One of these days.
Right? Like, why? Who's grooming? Who does?
My
grooming?
Fiance does dog.
What? Oh my god!
You didn't know that?
No, and now
some friend you are not.
Fucking Jesus. I've never met Kim.
You can pop
some
over
friend
anytime.
You are, Andrew.
You know what? Actually, not to get too like personal here, like on the show, I could use a friend after like 1 o'clock tomorrow because like I'm going to do some shit I really don't fucking want to. But
just Google NSD casting couch.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll find that on my OnlyFans. NSD69 Canadian Winter.
Canadian Winter.
It's a long ass fucking name.
Snowflake drop.
That's a
snowflake drop.
You got to make it sound not sexy. You got to make it sound so like people don't want to say it. That's the best part about it. OnlyFans gives you money for showing your dick, by the way. Anyways, let's get the fuck out of here. Ladies and gentlemen.
Is that how you got the money to pay us?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, you got paid? I'm just kidding.
No, he gave us a date, though.
What have you been doing?
I gave you a date.
Chris, what have you been doing to get paid? What extra work have you been doing?
None. Actually, I sell softball bats, actually.
That is actually true. And I do need a baseball bat for the springtime because I want to start getting into baseball. I'm going to do football again and baseball. I'm gonna hit a dinger this year with
I'd
these
love to do
tiny
football.
little fucking arms.
Flag football? Is that what you're talking about?
It's touch football, but if you want to get into a league, we can set up a team, and that would be a lot better than joining a bunch of randos. So that's what I fucking thought. Sid,
you're in.
Ash.
I'm in.
All right. Though when I do have my wedding, we're having the biggest fucking football game ever. Like, I will rent equipment in a place. I do not give a fuck.
Wait, what? Why did I think you guys were married already?
We've been engaged for a while. Please don't bring it up too loudly. I already said too much. Anyways, NSD.
What? You're not married?
We're not. No, we're not. I'm a piece of shit, and so.
Someone clip that and send it to Kim.
She hears it every single day. She's like, no, you're not. Oh my God, please. Anyways, we're getting out of here. 3 hours in. Literally 3 hours in. It's 10 o'clock Mountain Time. It's 12 p.m. It's literally the next day on the East Coast, guys. We're going to get out of here. Have yourselves a great weekend. From all the hosts of NSD, we're out of here until next Friday. Much love from the north and, of course, the south of Arizona. All four of us, hosts from NSD, say goodnight. Kyle says goodnight, obviously, but he's not here. And we'll talk to him next week. Shout out to Zagnif Apparell. Foobs15 for your 15% off. Get that code in a second here. Go hit that right there. Get on the apparel. Get Zagnif stuff going for you. We'll have it here probably in the next couple of shows, and we can show it off for you guys. All right, much love. I'm done talking. Goodbye.